WIFTVPM.
Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Do you want to send your child to the best fit private school but don't have the financial resources? Apply for the Illinois Tax Credit Scholarship Program. It has provided over 37,000 scholarships worth $300 million. The application opens online Wednesday, January 18th at 6:30 p.m. and submissions begin at 7 p.m. Scholarships are first come, first served for families who qualify, so apply as soon as possible. For more information, call 1-800-616-7606 or visit www.empowerillinois.org. Empowering families, empowering communities, empower Illinois.
The best you can. Whatever you do it the best you can. Whatever you do it the best you can. Whatever you do for the Lord, do it the best you can. Do it the best you can. Why don't somebody? Your best is needed in the world today. People are living, dying in the worst way. So I'm calling out the humble. Will the humble stand and pray? Whatever you do for the Lord, watch God, He'll make a way. He'll come right away. You can show up today. Whatever you do, you can do it the best you can. Whatever you do, oh, do it the best you can. Whatever you do, you do it. Whatever you do for the Lord, do it the best you can. Do it the best you can. Why don't somebody in your spare time read Philippians 4, verse 8 through 9? Paul gives us some suggestions that you can start when you get time. In my opinion, I want you to be the best you can be. We all know that it starts from your knees. So He'll give you what you need. We know prayer changes things. Whatever you do it the best you can. Whatever you do, oh, do it an opportunity. God has blessed us all. Whatever your job is, whatever your task in the service is, give God all you got. Oh, do it. When you do it, He'll bless you. While you're serving Him, He'll give you strength. Yeah, do it. We want to encourage everybody under the sounds of our
Oh, you proved me wrong. This ain't a regular love, babe. It's that waking out your sleep with me massaging your feet, babe. It's that anything you want, I'm only here to please you. Interest in us until I met you, and I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I'll go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels. That what we have is something special. For sure, for sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. No. It's that look you in your eyes, make love in paradise. Our one life stand. It's that sweep you off your feet, give you everything you need.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more in the black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. Wake up! You ever, when the alarm go off, you don't want to wake up, you be like, wake up. Then you lean over and your wife give you a nudge. Don't you wake up? You hear the alarm going off. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. You just gonna act like you don't hear that?
Opposite. It's the opposite for me.
What's the opposite? Explain that for me. Break it down, Riis.
My girl will sleep through an alarm, a hurricane, a robbery, a fire. Doesn't matter what it like. I'm like, yo, you can't tell me that you don't hear that alarm. Like, I don't know what it is, but she can, like, I'm talking about the alarm could be right next to her going off for an hour and she would be
dead sleep.
I'd be going crazy like, yo.
You don't get that alarm.
Yo, so like, but I found the trick.
What's the trick?
I call her phone and it stopped the alarm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's killed the alarm.
So you know what? I'll be honest with you. Carrie she don't really wake up. Like, but I'm pretty quick draw with it. But there are days when I be like, wait, did I? Is that the alarm? You know how you ever been sleeping, you're not sure if you, like, you maybe halfway dreaming and the alarm go off and you hear it, but you hear it in your real world, but you in your dream world and you be trying to figure out. Yeah, sometimes it's crazy. This morning I woke up in a weird, like, what? Hold it. Yeah, man. Riis, it's the 11th already, dog. It's January 11th. That means that it is 19 days away from my birthday, and I do not have a plan. You know what? I work hard. I might just for my birthday have to just sit it out. Just be like, you know what? No work, no, like, just like no maze for a day. Like a world without maze for a whole day. Y'all probably be like, I'm glad that ain't gone. Like, he good. Turn on the lights in. Turn up the heat. Hey, man, it is the Maze Jackson Show on Wednesday, January 11th. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, you heard him already on the Wheels of Steel. It's his day. You know, I named this day in honor of Riis and the Queen of Spirit Airlines, Toya Norwood, who I still need to understand. I pray that's not her real name, so her mama don't be on her Facebook page, right? And Toya, you need to go back to the night shift, so you could be talking smack at night and be cursing the people out, so I could have something to laugh at when I wake up in the morning, right? It's like, cause you know Toya snap off on the mug. I'll be like, do these people know you have a Facebook? Like, when she be snapping off, I'll be like, she don't say their name, but I'll be like, man, Charlie, I really wish I feel like she might need a reality show. Like her own reality show, because her Facebook stories be cracking me up sometimes. Some of y'all, all y'all Facebook stories actually be cracking me up. But I'm talking about Toy today, because today is week 304, Wednesday. Meet DJ Riis the Ruler. This day is named in honor of you. I remember when they said, I said, what's the name of the show? Huh? What?
Oh, yeah, man. You know I'm blessed by the best. You already know the West, man. It is crazy that it's the 11th already. We 11 days in. my girl birthday in 9 days. So
okay, so she the 20th.
And also you share a birthday with one of my favorite aunts.
Cool. Yeah. Is it the auntie that had? Is she the one that was the cool aunt?
Oh yeah. Well, you know
she
what?
Was the auntie that be like, "Don't make me." That'll take you out kicking, but she'll whoop you though outside.
Right. So like she wanted the. So she was the cool, but firm. Like like she was the one that after Grandma Lee, she's in charge. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. But and she like, we can have cool, but y'all don't.
Yeah, we had a fun auntie. Now we did have a fun auntie. That auntie that said, all right, I'll give y'all 2 minutes to cuss. 2 minutes, that's it.
Oh, no, I ain't never had no auntie like that.
We had a cool auntie. She's the one to see. And then that was
what words you knew?
Yeah, exactly. You know how we savage, just trying to put 3 words together in case it sounds terrible, But my auntie Kathy, she...
Riis, do you know I never heard a kid curse until I went to Bolingbrook?
Really?
Like, from 0 to 8, I never heard a kid curse. We got to Bolingbrook the first day of school. Them white boys was on the. You put it to set up a thing. I was like, dang.
And what's crazy? That's how my son felt. So, I had my son young, so he was actually in college with me. So when we came back from college, I think he had to go like maybe 3rd grade, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
The 3rd, maybe 4th grade at the highest, to like a CPS school. And the first thing he said was, my God, the kids all curse. Like you know what I'm saying? Because he ain't used to, and we go to the west side, you know what I'm saying? So he like, man, these kids are just cussing like crazy. But yeah, it's a new generation. I think in my generation, we didn't really curse. We may cuss but we really didn't, and we especially never ever
cussed around adults.
That was a no. You know what I'm saying? We'd check our friends and we act like, hey,
man. Like, you could be outside.
Exactly.
You could be don't know the people. Hold it. Because deep down inside, I felt like they could tell on me. Right? Like, deep down, I felt like no matter what adult was out there, if they heard me cursing, they was going to run into my parents and be like, is that your son with that foul mouth?
Yeah,
Riis, now the kids, they just be cursing. My kids don't curse. Yes. But, like,
cussing. Like
hey man, we was in the stands the other day, and the kids was like, and like I'm starting to get the Mr. Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Like, he the cool. Like, I think the kids be like, man, he is wild at the games, because I be, I will do it to you, right? I like it. If the kids, first of all, these kids, they have so they'll be in the stands cursing all day long, but then won't say nothing when the other team on the free throw line, and it get quiet. But yeah, we was just talking about this the other day. I was like, hey man, y'all need to take that somewhere else. Like, I recognize that we cursed in high school, but we always respected adults. And then the other day, one of the black moms was like, she was sitting at a game and we was getting whooped. But she said, what did she say? Oh, she told the kids, y'all gonna get up and y'all gonna go somewhere else and sit down here. I'm a grown ass woman, and y'all will not be sitting here like I'm not sitting. I'd be like, do y'all see me here?
I'll be telling.
I'm curious. When did you start cussing? Like, when did you? I think I started cussing in 3rd grade. Like, honestly.
Well, actually, it's a crazy story. Mm-hmm. So, when I was first born, my great grandma was born. Now, at my great grandma's house, everybody cursed. The kids cussed, and it was just like everybody cursed. And she used to watch me. So I had came home and like I used to be cussing like crazy as a look, because I was at my, that's my daddy grandma. He goes see her every day. You know what I'm saying? She said she'll watch me, be like, okay, she was like, she's treating me good, but everybody cussed. But like, and I got like older, I'd probably say like, it was 3rd, like we'd say a word, but we'd try to, like not like curse.
Doggone it.
Yeah, like, and then
I got a whooping for saying doggone it one time.
Yeah, you know, you can say. I think one of the worst cussing words is like "you're a liar." I think that was the
you
ultimate.
get it. Right.
I might want to say the real cussing word. Like, I figure I can say "you a
You a
liar."
lie. You a lie. You a lie.
A real cussing word. I'm gonna go with the real.
Then what did? You're telling a story.
I'm just saying.
Are you
that's not accurate. Not saying you're lying, but just the thing.
What stuff did you have to navigate around your? You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah, that's funny. You a story. Yeah, all the kids running around here talking about you a story because they got a beating sometime for talking about you a lie. When do you think kids start cursing? Like, do your kid? You think everybody kids curse?
Yes, just like yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't saying nothing like your kids bad, but I believe at that. You know, it's kids. You know how? Just think about us as kids. You know how was that one time you just want to say one word. You know, like I just.
I'm telling you, once I got to Bolingbrook, I thought that cursing, and I knew not to say it at the house, but as soon as I walked out there, I mean, the white boys was like, it was words I had never. I only knew the basic words, like the basics. Like when I got to Bolingbrook, I learned all types of derivatives and all type of Please.
And if y'all don't believe me, grab your kids' phones and look and read their text messages. I'm trying to tell you, I guarantee there's some cuss words in there. And listen. So my daughter, she was on the phone, and she's only in 8th grade. So you know, man, they got the little group thing going on and whatnot. So you know how every kid now talk. All phone calls now for some reason is on speaker. I don't know why, but everybody.
What the hell is that? Like y'all feel like man, speaker, and they be cursing each other out in this grocery store.
Yes, so I'm sitting there. So you know the kids. So you know I'm cooking. You know she on her little FaceTime with about 8 of them. Next thing you know, I hear some kids cussing. So you know I was like, you know maybe I'm tripping. So I keep. 2 minutes later, another. I said, are they cussing over there? Like so. That's how I believe it, man. I believe
Reagan does not curse. You better do not break my heart. My beautiful niece does not curse. She always uses the Queen's English, and she is always, Lord have mercy. I know, but the kids probably get. You know, I want to see the cousin.
Even to this, she said every kid. It may be like one word. Like it's not like
if they cursing, they using them all.
You know what I'm saying? Just like you just mad.
I asked my son, "Do you curse?" He was like, "Sometimes."
So, exactly, like
when I'm on the basketball court, and I've never heard him utter a word ever. Oh yes, I have on the basketball court. Like if he missed a shot or something.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
And then all these kids that game, I'm trying to tell you, if your kid has a video game, they cussing. I play against them. I play with them. I'm trying to tell you, these kids on the video game cussing like crazy. So if your kid have a PS4, PS5, Xbox, just know they in the room.
Reagan does not curse.
I'm
telling you, Reagan does not curse. I promise you, Reagan does not curse. She does not curse. She don't even know no curse words. I don't even think she ever seen a movie with curse words in it. I'm done. That's it. That's the end of this conversation. No, Reagan does not say any curse words. Reagan is perfect in Uncle Maze's eyes. You know that. Lord have mercy, Jesus. All right, y'all. I really wish I could see, I want to see you know what would be funny? I know you can't do it, but somebody is going to mess around and do it, and I shouldn't say it, but like a little kid's curse off. Do not have it. I am not encouraging this, and I am all about positive parenting. But I just want to tell you, because Riis, I done seen some of these. I done been outside, and I done heard some of these kids string something together. I'd be like, Dad, you did that in a complete sentence.
And they be like,
and you got nouns and verbs and everything. Adjectives, they got it all. Like they could create a whole. Anyway, okay, that's fine. It's all good, man. I understand. Like, everybody is, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. How do we get to this? I don't know. Oh, because it's week 304 Wednesday. And I was like, what do they call it? And I remember, we can't put that on the screen.
Yeah, hey,
I was like, we cannot put that on the screen. That's when it was HEAUX. And then I just want to point out something, though.
The first one, it wasn't on the first one either? No, it wasn't on the first one, was it?
No, it might have, and I might have woke up and be like, oh, no. And then I came and made the title. But, think about this. We called it Week HEAUX, and then Jasmine Sullivan named her album after that. Not after us, but I don't know if I ever saw Ho spelled HEAUX.
Yeah, so. And then the next day the next show I had a warning.
See? Right. And I said, let me get kicked off the network because y'all done cursed everybody out and Riis done got caught in the alley. Oh, God. Lord have mercy. Do you know how much time has time flies? Like, I can't believe what I've been knowing you 2 years now. Is it 2?
Yeah.
Good Lord, man. This is crazy. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show where we do not curse at all, ever. Nope. Kids, this is a public service announcement to every kid that is up right now. Tell your parents you do not curse. And let me just tell you the Uncle Maze secret. Probably somewhere in the universe, all of us have uttered a word. Let me just say, keep it with your friends. We ain't none of your little friends out in the street. So if you happen to use curse words, never use them in front of adults, okay? I'm trying to adapt to the new world, right? So I don't want to say, I'm from the era where you couldn't chew gum in school. Bring a water to class. Are you crazy? Something to drink, something to eat. You will get
chew gum in school now?
Man, they could do anything in school. They could use a calculator. I am from the era. Let me tell you, there is going to be a point when it does make sense for people to just put their phone. Like, I feel like if the kids had an option to charge their phone by putting a cord in them and the energy from them walking around and doing would charge the phone, and I think it might be a good way to get them to exercise. You walk, your phone will be charged. You walk 10 blocks and you can get 5 bars. Riis, they're going to be cyborgs. Like, I was just thinking about this iPad, the Apple Watch, and they talking about they can read your heartbeat. Like, they could do all your medical stuff from your iPhone. Like, so I'm not signing up for that so you could be like, send him a heart attack. It's crazy, man.
Send him a heart attack.
You heard what he said this morning? Send his ass a heart attack. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let me ask a question. Is ass a swear word?
Yeah, even though it's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah, we
Remember you tried that? Did you try that? What about damn? That's in the Bible. Nah, go ahead. Say it again. He said, but it's in the Bible. Okay, well, it says spare the rod, spoil the child in the Bible too, so we finna ride you.
It was this, I forgot, but somebody in our church used to come. It used to be a deacon used to come and sing a song at church that I used to love. It's I don't want to go to hell, hell no.
What?
I don't want to go to hell, hell no. That was like the greatest song because we could sing it and could not get in trouble. So hell
no.
I don't want to go to hell, hell no.
Pow!
Couldn't say nothing. I'm singing a song. I don't want to go to hell, hell. No, I'm not saying hell. No, I'm saying hell. No.
All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Look, man, I'm just telling you. Kids, do not swear in front of adults. Do not curse in front of adults. You should not curse at all, period, period, period. But if you must, do not do it in front of adults. Respect adults, man. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody knows that we've all been children at some point and have had some of the challenges in life. I think the difference these days tends to be, right, the lack of respect or decorum. We're not all the same. In spite of what people will tell you, kids, your opinion matters just a little, but not more than your parents. Like, we'll listen. We hear your point of view, but when I tell you to do it, it's time to do it. Like, I ain't got time to tell you, when I tell you cross the street, when I tell you the red light, you do what I tell you to do. I ain't got time for you to lose. So, look, y'all do right, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's from Uncle Maze. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's take Riis, we ain't even get the soul plane up, so let's get the soul plane up on this week 304 Wednesday. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:35 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. As we head over to the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is 22 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 18. On the Edens, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange and back will be 28 minutes. The Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 39 minutes. 45 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 33 minutes. Outbound will be 30. While the Bishop Ford is 36 minutes. I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 30 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 16 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. While Due Savo Drive is locked in at 8 minutes in all directions. Today's weather, it is currently 40 degrees and mostly cloudy. Today will be a high of 47 with a low of 39. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Wednesday here on this hump day. Y'all, welcome back. It's the Mays Jackson Show.
Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, they got the Lord got to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around.
You are listening to the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. And let me tell y'all, welcome to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. That's right. Welcome to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show with my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. You can catch us every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 a.m. That's right, 6:30 to 8 a.m. on WBGX 1570 AM. That is What's in it for the Black People Radio. Or you can listen to us like Sister Zakia does on her TuneIn app. Now, Sister Zakia, I'm going to expect you to call in around 8 o'clock because you won for the white folks. Congratulations. Hey, Riis. You can keep the music on, but I want you to give a big round of applause to Sister Zakia for the passing of the assault weapons ban. I just want to let you know that every mention, all the black people that have died over all these years from assault weapons, it took your pain and suffering on TV, plus the people in Highland Park, plus Benito Juarez, and y'all got the assault weapons ban passed. So congratulations to Sister Zakia, because she said she didn't care how they got it. She just wanted it got gone. Now, I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but on the, But I want y'all to know, if you listen on TuneIn at 8 o'clock, we trying to get Sister Zakia to call us and tell us what's going on as well. All right, y'all. Now, if you are a social media viewer, you can catch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. That's right. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Ooh, dag, I can't make fun. I can't say. Remember Max Headroom? Yeah, remember Max Headroom? And Max Headroom? Y'all don't remember Max Headroom? Riis, y'all remember the Pepsi Max Headroom? He was like he was like one of the first digital creations, and he was like Max Headroom, and it was like he lived in a computer screen and TV.
Nah. I remember the Blockbuster baby that used to dance all the time.
That wasn't the Blockbuster baby. That baby came from Ally McBeal, and then Ally McBeal stole. It went from Ally McBeal. Do you remember Ally McBeal?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, you might have been a baby, though.
No, that was the Blockbuster.
No, that was the Ally McBeal baby. Yeah.
The Blockbuster. The baby used to dance on Blockbuster commercial.
Because he came from Ally McBeal. Yep. That's right, man. Did you ever have do you remember when Coca-Cola used to have clothes, like a Coca-Cola sweatshirt and stuff? Like Coca-Cola used to have clothes.
You mean like a pair that you can get?
Like you go to the store. No. Like you went to the store and it would be like Coca-Cola wear, and it was like they had like $200 sweatshirts. It was like a Balenciaga, but it was Coca-Cola.
Only in Atlanta when I go to the Coca-Cola thing. Nah,
dog. It was like I wanted the Coca-Cola gear so bad. My mom was like, "You better get your job at Burger King." All right. I know. Y'all don't remember Max Headroom? Please tell me y'all remember Max Headroom. I'm not crazy. I'm Max Headroom. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson Riis. I did not get to the headlines, so let's do this. Let's get to the headlines, but I do want to make sure you are listening. Hey, don't forget you can also support us if you're on Facebook with stars or Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle. You can also support us through the Stars program on Facebook. If you are on YouTube, we have Super Chat as well. We have Super Chat as well as we have Super Thanks. So please feel free to support the Maze Jackson Show economically. We appreciate you. Also, it's birthdays today, but I'll talk about that. I'll give you birthdays at 7 o'clock. All right. It's Inauguration Day in Illinois. We just had the governor's inauguration on Monday. Yesterday, they passed the assault weapons ban in the lame duck session. And now, Riis, today is the big day. The swearing in of the representatives, the state reps and the state senators today in Illinois. We're going to talk about this a little bit later, but I am excited. Shout out to the new black state senator no longer to be senator-elect, but soon to be Senator Willie Preston. Who has also just announced this week he'll be a grandfather. But shout out to Willie Preston, who will be inaugurated today. It's been a long time coming. I don't know if he's been with the morning show when we was all over. Man, we've been supporting him for a long time. And then shout out to State Representative Cyril Nichols, who was appointed and is now entering his first inauguration as an elected official. And we're going to talk about both of them, plus the Illinois General Assembly a little bit later in the social media question of the day. But I'm excited. I know they ain't going to have Bruno Mars at they joint. And you know what I was just thinking, Riis? I don't think I got no invitations from nobody to come down to Springfield. You know what? I've decided. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not even going to. Congratulations to everybody who is being sworn in today. And we're going to talk about expectations and goals. Because yesterday Tyrone was on here talking about the state senate thing. And I do want to talk about the state senate a little bit. I'm not sure how much I'm going to talk about it. But yesterday Tyrone was like, I'm going to keep my foot up your butt if you the state rep. I don't prefer that word choice. Right? Like and I know that's, we engage in hyperbole. But I do think that I would look forward to accountability, right? Like I would look forward to putting myself in a position where the same people that I've talked, have had who I said I would advocate for could literally question me, right? And answer the questions. And so I would welcome the challenge of accountability. Unfortunately, Riis, it seems like what's going on, we don't have to talk about this Senate thing because there's a lot of power dynamics at play, and we're going to talk about them a little bit later. But today we want to congratulate everybody for being inaugurated. I mentioned the assault weapons ban passed. Riis, I just got mine right under the wire. I'm so glad that I decided. I was thinking, they ain't going to pass it. Riis, they passed it. So there will be no assault weapons were banned immediately last night. So you can no longer purchase AK. You can no longer purchase, military style weaponry, even if you go to the range. Unfortunately, there's probably if if what I saw this weekend is any indication, ain't nobody gonna need them because they bought them all. Right? This story is, did you hear about the story about the mom in Joliet who was found shot twice in the front seat, and her 2-year-old baby was found alive in the back seat?
What, the baby sleep or something? Crying?
They said it was a parking complaint. There was a car parked in the alley. People complained about the car parked in the alley. When the police came, they found the mother with 2 gunshots, I believe in the head and chest. I'm not exactly sure where the gunshots, but she was dead. But her 2-year-old daughter was in the back seat, alive. This story jumped out to me because I know the alleged killer.
Who, you say you do?
Mm-hmm. We kind of grew up together. And actually, I'm going to say it's alleged for right now, but he had recently just come home from another. They said Bolingbrook resident Jermaine Mandley was the suspect. It was weird because yesterday I had heard the story, and then I turned on I was on my Instagram, and I saw people posting this picture, right? Like random strangers that I didn't know, and I was like, why is everybody posting this picture? And it turns out that the suspect was somebody from Bolingbrook that we knew pretty well. Actually married my girl, got divorced. Was it kind of crazy, just to say. So when I saw the story, you know how that story just caught my eye because I was like, imagine the baby being in the car, right? And it's like your thought it's Riis, it's hard to imagine. Again, I'm not casting any guilt as of yet, innocent until proven guilty. But it's hard to imagine that it's hard to imagine stories like that being within your 6 degrees of separation. It ain't even 6, it's like 1. Actually, none, right?
Yeah, I had a friend like that.
And then it's kind of weird because, like how I say the innocent until guilty thing. Yeah, but it's like when they be like, free Lil Ray, you be like, now hold on. But yeah, that was a crazy story. You said you had a friend like that?
Doing 25 right now. He's I ran track with him.
At Prosser?
Yeah, we went down state twice together on the same track team, and he's doing 25 for murder. Shot a man dead in his head at his doorstep. One of the and what was so crazy that how you just see raw talent. He was like pure raw talent, pure strength. Like he can do any event that he did in track, he won. The man just did shock put his senior year just because he wanted to do it to qualify for state. Like he was just one of them people that was like naturally talented.
Yeah, but how many times have you seen people that got gifts and talents, but they also have demons or other things?
Like you could tell, like he had a little rage to him, but
sometimes that rage is gas, is fuel, if it's not channeled right. But it's just a crazy story. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, that story jumped out. I did want to acknowledge it. Riis, the mayor got another TV commercial. Another one. What's that? How you, don't you got, do we got a thing? And another one. Riis, she got another TV commercial.
Another one.
And another one.
Another one.
And another one.
Another one.
She got the bag.
No, she don't. She ain't nothing working, Riis. It's like
she get all these commercials though.
She's spending all her bag on the commercials, right? Like, we're gonna have to check. Well, we'll know in just a few weeks. I mean, in just a few days, because the D2s will be due, and we'll see. Now, let me tell you what I think, Riis. Can I tell you how? Okay, there's two times. Hey, Miss Burma, how you doing? And hope you are feeling well. And tell Uncle Rosie we said what's up too. Riis. Okay, can I tell you about Can I tell you about one of the campaign things that happens when people know they're gonna lose, or feel like they're gonna lose, and your team feels like you're gonna lose? Then everybody comes in with a new idea, and you start throwing everything at the wall. You stop looking at the paperwork, right? You start throwing everything at the wall. And as you remember how I told you about the fire sale? Like, the mayor is in a campaign fire sale right now. So everybody is coming to her telling her, Mayor, you need this commercial because this is the way you can make it. You need these people, so you need to do this commercial. Now you need to do this. Now guess what happens, Riis?
What happened?
She got to pay for it all.
Yeah, that's what
So, right. So whatever, but again, Riis, we now are at 6 TV commercials. 6.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying we don't see 6 running concurrently. We see this one ran, that ain't working. This one ran, that ain't working.
Maybe she's giving us a different varieties because she's done so much that it's really hard to put.
I'm telling you, hire Riis. Hire him because he be spinning it for you every time. He be like, I be like, he hit a spin move on you. Like, I'm telling you, Riis.
He's done so much for us in these past 4 years, especially with the pandemic, that it's really hard to put all our success in just 30 seconds or a 1 minute commercial. So I think it's impactful that we see the mayor in different forms of her life.
Well, the funny thing is she didn't show herself in this commercial. She ran. Okay, Riis, this is the ultimate diss to me. She ran a black man commercial. She ran a black man commercial.
I gotta see.
Even after she told Willie, after she had the biggest, she ran a commercial to black men. On the same day that Alderman Derek Curtis, who has been her most loyal supporter, says he is about to reconsider the mayor because she did not call him after he shot himself. He said, I thought she been phony kicking it with him, and he realized, like, when Riis, if your friend gets shot, himself or not, you send a note. You say, are you okay?
You check on him, yeah, right.
You straight, fam?
Yeah, but
we homies, right? Like, nah, look, Riis. This, let me tell you what this is. And we gonna get back to it, because this is a black people symptom. And this is where the mayor shows her Negroness. Black people, when you got it, they'll get like. So Derek Curtis has been her. I'm gonna save this conversation because I really think. But what Derek Curtis said is, I'm tired of phony kicking it. We gonna talk about it because I need to break it down a little bit more in depth when I get a chance, and I'm gonna save it.
I know what's really going on.
Right, look, Riis getting ready to explain the phony kicking it. So get the excuse together. Why, when you read in the paper that your number one, your most consistent vote, Riis, I vote for you every single time. Black people be calling me all type of Uncle Tom, sell out, you ain't got nothing. Mayor, I got your back. I get shot. You don't even send me a text? Riis, I called the man and sent him a text. He ain't never voted for me. He ain't never got called sellout for me. Now, I'm not calling him a sellout, but I'm saying, Riis.
It's campaign time.
Right. Campaign time. So now this when you really supposed to get your phony kick it on for real.
I apologize. I'm so busy with all these things going on.
I'm shot. You're more busy than me getting shot. You couldn't send to me. You couldn't. Hey, big head. No. Good morning, beautiful. None of that. Nothing. I'm shot, Riis. You don't send me. we're going to talk about this when we come back. Not when we come back, but we're going to talk about this a little bit later because that's one of our topics. Kenwood beat Simeon yesterday. It was number 1 versus number 2. Simeon was number 1. Kenwood was number 2. Kenwood beat Simeon. Simeon was nationally ranked. Man, Charlie, this Chicago high school basketball, something else when you get like them, I think you think they killing AAU? Because I see a lot of AAU coaches moving into the high school stuff. Can I tell you, I prefer high school ball than AAU. Like, and I really wish that kids didn't have to play it year round. Like, I feel like
I like both.
See, the problem with the AAU to me is it's like it creates these many. Like I just like high school. Like now, what I would love is high school basketball. Now that we don't have to go through the Great White Savior.
See, the reason why I like AAU basketball because in high school, almost anybody can make the team.
No, they can't.
But you know what I'm saying. But everyone that's on your team is not, you know what I'm saying, at a tier level. So when you in AAU, it's supposed to be basically the best player from your team around, you know. So I like that because I feel like it put the best talent.
The problem is I feel like it takes away from, like, then there's no, like, loyalty, team, and emergence. Like, I feel like on the AAU teams, it's like, get yours, right? And then I feel like
True.
the AAU teams is why we shoot all threes now, right?
That's Curry.
And, well, okay, but I'm saying that style of I just feel like high school basketball, like I've always loved the whole, because where I came from, everybody didn't make the high school basketball team. So it was the best people who played, right, up to your thing. And then it's like you met the best people on those teams, not playing on pickup games, on the courts. Right? So you would jump in a car and be like, all right, we going to play basketball against, and I remember the Bolingbrook dudes would be like, okay, we coming to play against the Chicago dudes, right? And it would be like, and they built their camaraderie, and then they would go to camps where they would meet each other, but then they would go back. Like, I feel like you don't have loyalty. Like, it's almost like if everybody, like, why I love Bolingbrook is like everybody from Bolingbrook goes to Bolingbrook, right? Like, the neighborhood school does not really have the opportunity to get the best talent, because if the best kid live in the neighborhood, he up. If he had a whack school, instead of the best kid at the thing coming and everybody got a bunch of whack players around him.
See, but I really prefer that though. Like, I feel like if you the best, if you the best and you want to go to somewhere else, you know, I believe you should go to the school that gives you the best chance, not because if your neighborhood school ain't good.
But if everybody's neighborhood school, like, again, let's say that the talent is all spread out across the city, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody got to go to their neighborhood school.
Right.
Then usually it's going to be evenly distributed, right? And so every school going to have their stellar stars, or 2 or 3, and maybe 1 year, or maybe y'all play from 0 all the way up. Like, I see that happening at Brother Rice, right? Where the kids all played at Beverly Park District, and then they played, and then they all they played whatever, and then they went on to go to collective schools, and that's how they kind of got camaraderie. Okay. But they grew up in the same neighborhood. Yeah. And I just feel like if everybody's best player stays at their neighborhood school, then when they play, the best guy is going to be the best guy. And the tier 2 is going to meet the tier 2 and the tier 3. And then in the summertime, y'all go to ABCD camp where y'all all meet each other and y'all be like, hey, man, I played Joe. There's no high school rivalries except for 4 schools, 5 schools, 6 schools, right? Because if you play high school ball, you going to one of the 5. If you the tops, you going to one of the 5. Then after that, you go into the other school because you ain't gonna never get a chance to play, and then hopefully you emerge. As compared to if everybody went to their neighborhood school, everybody got a mix of good and bad, you're gonna make some people better. When you take all the best people out of the vacuum, you don't never get a tier 2 to raise up to a tier 1 because he only playing against them. instead of making people better. So I guess it's the whole thing. Anyway, I say all of this to say because last night, man.
It's a game, man.
Holy Trinity, man. We lost by 1. Oh, no, we lost by 4. But MJ had the turnover, like the turnover that it was like they was. First of all, the refs, I'm not going to make no excuse about the refs, but like, we kind of talk smack and then the refs be like, I'm going to show you. Like, Riis, we had 3 people on their team with 4 fouls in the first half. 3. They're 3 best players. Do you understand they played the whole second half and nobody fouled out except for one person with 1 minute in the... It was crazy. It was a crazy. But shout out to Southland College Prep High School, my boy Rob Lane. If y'all remember Shane New Birth Productions back in the day, Rob Lane, he's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. We all went to college together. We were activists together, and they went into the education. Man, Riis, that school was nice. The gym was nice, right? Now, I'm thinking, like, they probably swiped I drove past Rich South, and I was like, dang, y'all school don't look like that no more. But shout out to the Holy Trinity Tigers. Man, dog, it was like one of them things where I was just like, oh, man. And he was doing, like, shout out to the Holy Trinity Tigers, man. I got to give my guys some love. They be out there playing their hearts out. Man, Joe, anyway, I'm going to let that go. Shout out to all the big players. Man, my man Dylan was doing this thing. MJ is like the consummate pass first guy. Like, consummate. Like, he is always looking for the open man. I'd be like, man, I really wish they could get the thing going where it would be like, he'll get you the ball, you get open, and he'll get you the ball and you can score. Because he's completely like, I don't care about really scoring like that. I just want to make the sweet dish and then take the open shot. But that's all. Neither here nor there. Senior night is coming up, and I'm excited for him. And I'm glad that it was awesome to see him on the floor and even to be in a position to, it was like, dog, they trapped him.
When it's senior night, man, we got to come out there.
Senior night is the...
Center for the black people need to
I'm going to put that, like, I'm going to definitely put that out there. Senior night in February, I love to see y'all come on out. We going to stomp it out. We going to make some... Like, I want to come out there and I want to show them some school spirit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where it's like... Right? It'd be funny because yesterday they played Wipe Me Down and the parents is in between the age. So we was all like, wipe me down. They wipe me down. I might play the video today. And I was like, our kids probably don't think we should be knowing. Wipe me down. Wipe me down.
It wasn't their generation. They weren't even born.
When Wipe Me Down? When did Wipe Me Down come down? That's past me too.
That's like 2007 something.
Really?
Yeah, like 2007.
Oh, I might have still been outside a little bit during that time. All right, y'all, wipe me down. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Did I get? Oh, and Chicago is the most congested city in the country. We are more congested than, and the most congested traffic in the country, second most in the world.
Because I know LA number 1, right? Or Atlanta.
I don't know. I have to check it. I'll look, but I just know they said yeah.
Because I done been to both.
Atlanta and LA, I'd be like, I'm not going.
Yeah, LA, yeah.
I'm not going. If we can't get me a helicopter, I ain't going.
Yeah.
Look, wherever I go, wherever I go in LA, I'm staying right there. And I'm not going. Like, everything was it.
Hey. That's crazy traffic.
Ask Tennille about her trip to LA. When she was like, they was trying to make her the queen of the Crips. And then she had I remember them ask her about the dude that wanted to take her on a hot date. Was it Chick-fil-A he was trying to take us to? What was the name? It was like he was like, and now he had an expense account, and he was like, and I can even take you. What was the name of that chicken restaurant? Anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. When we come back, we are going to get into the social media question of the day. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Do you want to send your child to the best fit private school but don't have the financial resources? Apply for the Illinois Tax Credit Scholarship Program. It has provided over 37,000 scholarships worth $300 million. The application opens online Wednesday, January 18th at 6:30 p.m. and submissions begin at 7 p.m. Scholarships are first come, first served for families who qualify, so apply as soon as possible. For more information, call 1-800-616-7606 or visit www.empowerillinois.org. Empowering families, empower communities, empower Illinois.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto in one exciting family experience. Sing along with Anna and Elsa in wintry Arendelle. And celebrate the power of love, Y Familia, with Mirabel and Bruno in the show everyone will be talking about, live in your hometown. Playing Chicagoland from January 19th through February 5th. Free parking with ticket purchase. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. 'Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on. Why you gotta look so good, 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 good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on, girl. Why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. 'Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your grown on. Oh, when you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own wanna know. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done and your nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in it for
for the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve wrong.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, or the ones and twos. DJ Riis, the ruler. What's up on the ones and twos? How you feeling today, man? You cool?
Always, man. I had a good night, man. I got to spend some time with my baby daughter. So,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my little baby.
Uh-oh. Baby. Baby.
She was good. Other than that, man,
Hey, I want to play a clip for you real quick. Can you give me some audio? I don't know if y'all remember. I'm trying to see. I want to see if we can get this dude on the show. Because he be sliding them in on us real quick every once in a while. We have kicked it on a variety of occasions, kicked it a few times, but I did think it was good. Shout out to my man Kenny Williams who sent this clip to me. I thought it was important because this was intentional, not unintentional. This is from Riis. You remember the Ghetto Boys? You know the Ghetto Boys are?
I heard them, but I think I forgot. But yeah, what I know.
Okay. So look, y'all, we might have to put Riis off the show. You don't know.
I probably know him.
My mind playing tricks on me. Yeah. This year Halloween fell on the weekend. Yeah, okay. Me and Ghetto Boys trick-or-treating, robbing little kids for bags. You don't remember that? My mind playing tricks on me.
I remember the Ghetto Boys.
You remember Scarface? You know Face, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I remember that was like the end of the end. Like, I came in like the end of the era, like that. The end of the era.
Lord have mercy, man.
When I came, Scarface was solo almost. That's what I remember. Scarface, he was solo already.
Okay. Well, Face always had his own thing going on. But I wanted to play this clip for y'all. Hopefully they won't trip on us. All right, ready? Here we go.
Here. Yeah. I ride by it every day. You shoot the third ward, man, and see them tents and shit up under the bridge. You know what I mean? Like, that's a war.
And then Biden, mustache, trying to get these people $200 and some $1,000 a piece.
Man, we ain't even got. We've been here for 500 years and ain't got $200,000 a piece.
And ain't none of our politicians saying nothing about
nothing, man.
None of them.
But that's what we vote for. That's what we vote
none
for.
Of them.
That's who we vote for, bro. We vote for people who are clean cut, college educated, and don't have a fucking clue about what's going on ground level because you ain't been here. You ain't seen ground level in so motherfucking long.
Sorry, seniors.
You know what I mean? Like, you getting all kind of money hand over fucking fist. Hand over fist. But you don't want to. But you don't want to address the elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room is what's in it for the black people. That's the elephant in the room now. You did all this shit for everybody else. You did all of this shit for everybody else. Now, what's in it for the black people? Yeah. It's a war going on right here.
Yeah.
I ride by it every day. You shoot the third ward, man.
Just wanted to point that out to you. Shout out to my man Brad Jordan, who ever since 2011, we went on the Tom Joyner cruise, and ran. Did I ever tell you a story? I spilled the beer. I was kicking it. We was watching Diana Ross perform, and I spilt the beer on a dude. The dude that I spilt the beer on turned out to be Scarface. I was like, oh no, you kicking up thinking I just spilt the beer on Scarface, right? I'm like, Lord, now I got the square up on the thing. Turns out that he turns out to be a cool dude. We wind up kicking it the whole trip, the whole time. As a matter of fact, we touched bases when I was in Houston. Dropped him off some Wiftable sweatshirts. But y'all, I mean, that's Brad Jordan asking our question, Riis. It's international. It's like the question makes sense, fam. It's not the first time that he's asked the question. It's one of the very few times that I played it for y'all, though. Good stuff, right?
Very good.
Just telling you. That was Brad Jordan. I know y'all seen him, right? He ran for, as a matter of fact, I'm not going to claim it, but I am going to say that when we were on the cruise, I did encourage him to run for office because I said, man, you have a brand in Houston. He made it all the way to the runoff, right? He didn't win the runoff, but I encouraged him to run for city council because I was like, bro, like all of that stuff I was telling him about the clean cut, like your constituency, you have a constituency that is out there that you could essentially reach out to. And it almost is like, I'm not mad, but it's crazy that Alexi can get away with what we are, like, Alexi can exploit the whole Jay-Z thing. I'm not tripping on it, but I really feel like, and I was just thinking about how we were responding to it yesterday, like, we could never do that. But, like, is there a point where we could do that? And that's the perfect precursor to what I want to talk about now. Riis, I don't know if you know, but today, I really wish I want to get that. I want to give that to you, and I want you to beep it. Not today, but I want you to beep it because I want to be able to use it, right? So, Riis, Tennille hurt my feelings yesterday when she said that I was outdated and my content was, I was a little hurt, right? I was a little hurt. I was a little, just because you hate, I feel like I have my pulse on the finger of politics, but I really do think that I have it from an older perspective. And so I was thinking about when I was trying to encourage people like Brad Jordan to run, right? And I have over time tried to encourage people to run for office because I hope and believe that they will be the difference makers or the people that are willing to buck the status quo and step up. And I got to tell you, it was dope to, like, I remember, now, again, I wasn't involved in the campaign or anything like that. I know I wanted to go down and volunteer, and I know we talked a couple times during the process, but I was excited to know that Scarface Brad Jordan was running for office. What's in it for the black people was part of his campaign. He made it to the runoff, didn't necessarily win the runoff, but I felt like he kind of got it. Like, you know, like when you leave Chicago and people don't like hate you for what you're saying, right? Like, man, brother, you own something. Now, the last time I was in Houston, I also had brothers who had Googled me and they was telling me about the anti whatever, right? But I was thinking about unashamed black elected officials. And I was thinking about the era that we're walking into. I know Tracy always says, the speaker came on your show and said, watch me work. And I think that sometimes we don't have the patience. Like, the brother got to the spot and all the white people was gunning for him, right? Like, and people were hoping that he wouldn't be successful this electoral cycle because then they could have a reason to undercut him. Like, man, you didn't win, you played me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, now he's kind of got everybody under the same tent. Now, I don't think that the Speaker of the House is now going to be the champion of black people, but I think he can appoint someone to be the champion of black people. Or someone can assume that position and not be looked at as an enemy, right? Like, if you was with Madigan and you with the Speaker and you was like pro-black, they was going to beat you in a hole, right? But if you now have a black speaker who understands the issues, right, he might not be the person, but he like, you go run that ball. You run the ball, you get it to the goal line, I'll help you get it to the goal line. But now, without the same leadership, Riis, I want you to hit the button.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Who will emerge as champions for black people in the Illinois General Assembly? Today, they are swearing in a new supermajority of Democrats in both the House and the Senate. Which means, Riis, that there is now space for debate in the House of Representatives for black people. Like, the Black Caucus is now one of multiple caucuses. Right? You got the Latino caucus, you got an Asian caucus, you got the white moderate caucus, you got the black caucus. Then you got the farm caucus, you got the LGBT caucus, you got all of these things. But now my question is, who will emerge as the black people's champion in the General Assembly? Now, can I be honest with you? I have tremendously high hopes for Senator-elect, soon-to-be Senator Willie Preston. We watched as Willie Preston ran against Mary Flowers and was unsuccessful. We watched him work. I think we tried to support him every way along the way, whether it's giving him a platform, whether it's participating, whether it's whatever support that we could in the space, right? Not because we personally want anything, but because we believe that Willie Preston, having been forged in the fire of blackness in Chicago and understanding. You saw how Scarface was like, you ain't even been with the people for years and years and years and years and years. You've been out of touch, etc. Senator-elect Willie Preston is coming from our ranks. And it is my sincere hope that Senator Preston will be an advocate for black people. Now, I recognize that he has to represent his district, right? Which has black, white, Asian, Latino, etc. But it's my sincere hope that we as black people can have some level of can expect some level of accountability, and him to believe that he has some level of accountability to the black community. I also see Representative Cyril Nichols, who oftentimes I really don't talk too much about, only because, I'm always worried about people being, you wonder if people are concerned about being associated with you because, everybody don't like all your friends, So I don't really want to cast any despair. But I am very hopeful that as a new legislator, although he served a year, that he will become an advocate for black people. And Riis, my question is, how do we hold our people accountable? Because I would argue that anybody on the What's in It for the Black People Network has been rooting for Willie Preston. I'm not going to say the same thing for Surreal because I don't know that they know him as well. But I feel like Willie Preston is a product of all of the disgruntled Democrats. Can I not say a product of, but was part of the vociferous part of an advocacy group that recognized the challenges that we have as black people with our politics. And Riis, I wonder, how do we hold them accountable without making them angry or fearful or joining the club to be like them Negroes over there? Do you know what I mean? Right? Like, I have so much hope, and I want to know, who do we think that will emerge as champions for the black people in Springfield? And today, as all of those members get sworn in, and I am happy for every member that is getting sworn in, I wonder, will it be okay now for black people to go on the black offense? Or will we shrink in the crap? Not. Riis, I was watching as one of the state senators was fighting to create the green economy, right? And they wanted to do wind tunnels and wind farms, and it was a state rep and a state senator, right? And they wanted to do wind farms in Lake Michigan because it would bring black and brown people into the green economy. Now, Riis, I heard this story 10 years ago when State Representative Will Burns, in the beginning of the Obama era, got almost $435 million allocated to the green economy. It was like when Van Jones and all of those guys and Obama first came in, and Will Burns, State Representative Will Burns, who's now a big-time lobbyist in D.C., who was an alderman but a state rep before that, got $435 million. And do you know that the old Black Caucus, I'm not saying it's the same people now, argued over the 435 over the 200 million that they had? The Latinos got theirs and spent it. We argued over ours and lost it. And so when I hear us saying we want to participate in the green economy, and the reason that we're passing it is for black and brown people, who will be the black advocates for black people to make sure we get our fair share? Because, Riis, we still don't get along. And, Riis, I literally remember watching the black folks fight in a meeting over spending $150 million, and they argued so much that the money never got spent. And so now my question, and I really am not, I'm not here to criticize anybody, right? It really is, because I was thinking about Tyrone Muhammad saying, Mays, if you were to be appointed the state senator, I'm going to keep my foot up your butt. Now, again, nobody's going to put their foot in my butt.
I don't think he meant it like that.
I understand. But again, and it's language choice though, right? It's language choice, because immediately you saw my response was like, hold up. And so I recognize that how we discuss these situations also affect or impact whether people will be willing to discuss. But I feel like people like Willie Preston, Cyril Nichols, because they don't have a long history, they have an open door policy to the black community. Will people run away from the disgruntled Democrats? Or will they find a reason for us to not be disgruntled? And I am so excited for the potential. And it's like, I feel like every time we have an election and new people come, we have an opportunity for somebody to step up. And I want to know, how do we hold them accountable without being offensive? Is that possible? Like, can we get to a point where the question of what's in it for the black people is not offensive? It is incorporated into the legislation when the answer, so that every single time when a bill passes, somebody in the room, and maybe it's not what's in it for the black people, although Face told you, that'd be the question. Because again, we're going to see people vote. So right now, as people start to vote for the migrants and allocations and funding, will somebody in our caucus have the courage to say, family, first you're putting that in a black community. So if you're going to put it in the black community, then you damn well better give more than the resources to the community that you're giving to people who aren't from there. Or will we be forced to sit back and accept things that we know the black community has an opinion on? Look, y'all, today, like they say today is the first day of the rest of your life. Today's inauguration is the first day of the next 2 years. And it is my sincere hope today that instead of being offended that the community is asking questions, that black people want answers, it is my sincere hope that today is the first day where black people want to answer. The black people in positions of power are going to ask the questions that their constituents want answers to. See, I think that, respectfully, ice cream, we recognize soft serve versus the hard scoop. And it is my sincere hope that as now every group has representation, so nobody gets to be like, well, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim. Quite frankly, black people now in this space will potentially, if they don't press, will be looked at as bullies. So as quickly as we can pass an assault weapons ban, should be as quickly as we can figure out how we get cannabis in a better way. Again, Junior says black people don't care. So everybody get Jordans then, okay? But I would like to hope that today is the first day where the caucus looks around, new members and old, and says we want hard scoops now. We did the soft serve. We got that. And we appreciate every bit. But what are the hard scoop issues that black people will take up this legislative session? And how do we begin to hold them accountable in this era? Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm going to take a quick break. And when we come back, what did I say I'm going to talk about today? And when we come back, we are going to talk about Alderman Derek Curtis cutting ties with Mayor Lori Lightfoot. It's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Do you want to send your child to the best fit private school but don't have the financial resources? Apply for the Illinois Tax Credit Scholarship Program. It has provided over 37,000 scholarships worth $300 million. The application opens online Wednesday, January 18th at 6:30 p.m. and submissions begin at 7 p.m. Scholarships are first come, first served for families who qualify, so apply as soon as possible. For more information, call 1-800-616-7606 or visit www.empowerillinois.org. Empowering families, empower communities, empower Illinois.
Listening to the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. Hey, DJ Riis the Rule, I caught you there. You was all like, you ran out. You ran out right now. No, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. Can I say happy birthday to some people today? It is time for the happy birthday because I don't really, I'll usually say them 7:30. I don't have a time. I just say them. But happy birthday, and I want to make sure y'all tell them Mays said. Shout out to our man, Big Ronald Rockwell. Big Ron, videographer of the world for the Stars, doing this thing all those years. How about this one? Coincidentally, Patricia Van Pelt Scott, she's stepping down as senator. Hugh Echols Jr., Victor Anthony James Sr., Michelle D. Thibodeau, Larry Lay Underwood, and Dorian Elam, Blue 5, and Tammy Grumbach. Happy birthday to everybody today from the Mays Jackson Show. And you know what? When you tell them happy birthday, when they tell you happy birthday, you make sure you tell them Mays said. That's right. All right, y'all. Riis, it's the Mays Jackson Show. I was showing y'all pictures. That was me and Scarface on the boat. Then I was on the boat with Scarface. Man, that time joining a cruise. You know what I would love to do? Go on a hip hop, an old school hip hop cruise. Maybe not, because maybe people be fighting and stuff. Be going back. No, we all 50 now. But like, could you imagine if like Jay and Puff threw a cruise?
That'd be dope.
Man, with all the artists, like Riis, the time joining cruise was crazy. Like, cause the artist was on the boat, and it's like you'll be sitting there, and New Edition will come sit next to you for lunch. And it was like everybody, like once you went on stage, you was just the peoples. But everybody like, Dad, what's up? But once you've been on the boat for 2 weeks, everybody like, what's up, dog? I seen you again. All right. So anyway, Riis, this was a particularly odd story. Featuring, I would say, a person I consider political friend. Riis, you know I ran for alderman in the 18th Ward back in 2007. While I was running for alderman in 2007, I was a member of the 27th Ward Democratic Organization, but I lived in the 18th Ward. There was a vacancy because the 18th Ward, in case you don't know, I think that's over where Katie and Alfred live. But it used to be what we referred to as the Black Beverly. You've been to Beverly, right? So, So Beverly, in my estimation, starts at 80. It really starts at 90 for 87th. And it's like, when you're coming down Western, once you cross 87th and you got the Park District and whatever, it's like Beverly. And on the other side is Ashburn, Wrightwood, Ashburn. And then it went back into some other areas. But Riis, for a long time, it was the place where it was like Chatham West. Like all of the black city workers lived over there. A bunch of them, a lot of commissioners, a lot of people who were doing well in the Daily Era who couldn't get a house in Beverly lived in the 18th Ward. And for so long, Riis, it was built as it was built as a supermajority black ward. Right? And quite frankly, my man Double J was represented Tom Murphy, who was a white alderman who wanted to join the Black Caucus because he represented a supermajority black ward, and he felt like he was not able to meet their needs, so he wanted to join the caucus. The caucus is white. Hell no, you still white. But he beat every black contender anytime. Like I remember one time, John Stroger had his people go over there, and they said the only way Tom Murphy would be reelected as the alderman of the 18th Ward was if he went to the Bahamas for 4 weeks and got a super suntan, basically saying, this is a black ward, we taking it over. I think it was Ed McCann. Riis, but Tom Murphy built a loyal supporting base, particularly of black people who wanted to live in a great, nice ward, right? It was always clean, the grass cut, the whole you dig. And they built a pretty strong organization. Now, I came from 27, and I was just like, we could take this. Derek was the rising star in the organization. They had picked someone else. Lona Lane became the alderman. But like over time, Derek eventually went from, there was a whole deal that I got crossed out on that I look back now and I say, damn, they probably, I can't go too far down the line, but there was a deal that I was supposed to be a part of that I got shafted out of, but I'll let that be. But Alderman Curtis became the alderman and has been pretty much loved and respected over there. Like, I feel like there's always the haters who are always going to be like, nah, you whack, et cetera, et cetera. But I would say that
always.
Alderman Curtis has done, with considering that the ward is rapidly switching, Riis, because the Latinos are now encroaching. Like when I lived there, from Western to Pulaski was all black. Now it's from Cicero. Black is from Western to maybe Kedzie, and then it's starting to fill in with the Latinos. So he's living in what was a majority black ward, now changing or really becoming more diverse. But in the paper today, it said that Alderman Curtis was reconsidering his support for the mayor. Full page, and it was also on the front page of the paper. And Riis, he basically said he thought that he and the mayor were cool. So you know how Alderman Curtis, the mayor can always know that whatever the vote is, she's gonna start with 1. And Alderman Curtis is like, you know how you got to go through, where's this person going to be? Alderman Curtis is going to be with the mayor, period, point blank, or has been all of this time. Riis, he's been one of her most loyal aldermen since the day she got in. It's worked because he's able to get benefits and resources for his ward, get things that other people can't. What's the matter? Y'all good? We gone? All right. Then, Riis, there's come time for committee appointments. You see all these people quitting, etc. Well, the mayor has never given, let's back up. So, Derek Curtis has been her most reliable vote no matter what. Riis, that's loyalty. Okay? Now, whether we like it or not, it's sort of like Alderman Burnett when he is with the mayor, but he's with the mayor because he's doing it to be for his constituents so he can get stuff, right? City services, be able to get, all of those different things. Alderman Curtis said that, and I don't know if you all remember, but Alderman Curtis shot himself in the hand because he was working with one of the constituents. He's a gun instructor, concealed carry instructor, but somebody had a gun that was jammed. So while he was fixing it, apparently he shot himself trying to unlodge or unjam the gun or whatever. I'm not sure what the details of that was. But Riis, I would hope that if I was your most loyal person and I got shot regardless, you would call me. Maybe you won't call me. Riis, I know you're a millennial. You'll text me. Right? Probably send me one of them green water guns. Sorry, heard you got green water gun. Then you probably send the praying hands and, but you're going to say something. Yes? You find out somebody that you talk to once a week got shot. You going to say something. Yes or no?
True, of course.
Now, Riis, if I got shot and you see me 10 times after I got shot, because I've been at every board meeting, I've been at every city council meeting, and you don't even mention that I got shot.
Maybe I don't want to bring that up because that's traumatizing. Every time I see you, and I just mention about you getting carjacked.
I don't send you no card. No. I don't say, I hope you, hey man, I see you got a bandage on your hand. We're praying for you. Nothing?
I just forgot it slipped my mind, man. And
I got shot.
In my heart.
You called me to show me your barbecue chicken, but you ain't gonna call me because I got a.
You seen I done shot 6 commercials and what's going on, so you know what I'm saying. I've been
Riis, I got shot before you shot one commercial. Before I saw a commercial.
Before you saw one, but I was
in the summertime. Okay. So what excuses, Riis?
These are the truths. I'm the mayor.
Okay. Okay. So mayor, I need you. Okay. So initially, the story reads that Alderman Curtis is upset because he felt like she was phony kicking it with him.
You hit me up. You got to hit me up. I got shot. You got to.
Okay, so take off the spin.
Yeah,
take off the spin.
You got an intern that can just. The intern should have just sent it, but
or made a post on social media. We're praying for.
Right, praying for the.
Nothing, Riis. Nothing.
Maybe our page was down.
Riis, her phone was down. Riis, I got shot. I'm in the middle, and now I done took L's for you. Now you ain't gon'. Hold on, let me get the picture because I need to get the story because I think you need to see this, right? So Alderman Curtis Then when she needed a place to have her first campaign event, because wasn't no black people trying to roll up. So it's only certain people that's going to host events for the mayor. Riis, he hosts an event for the mayor and then gets in trouble for it. Here, I'm going to show you the picture. See him, Riis? You can see him. That's the First Lady, Amy Eichelman, with the mayor all hugged up with Riis. If you take a picture like that, you ain't going to call me and say I got shot. You guys, look, I want you to see the picture. Now look at the picture and tell me that if you took a picture like that, somebody is calling me after I got shot. Yes or no? You see that button he got on? See, he got Willie Preston, all of them. Everybody at the joint. Knowing dang going well, this the same place where Katie took her picture too. Her selfie. Just so you remember. Just so we kill it clear. Riis. That's phony kicking it right there. That is a picture of phony kicking it. Yes or no? If I got shot and we took this picture, now I gotta look at this picture and be like, we phony kicked it. Yes or no? No.
Yeah, that's
Neat Riis.
Yeah, she put that, man. It's a busy woman, man.
Okay. All right. So Riis, Alderman Curtis. Okay, here we go. Again, Alderman Curtis taking the L's for the mayor. Just so you can see. Riis, Alderman Curtis says that he is now he's rethinking support over the mayor's failure to call after he accidentally shot himself. Now, the reality is, I think it's a little more to it, Riis. The mayor has had opportunities to give Derek Curtis, her most loyal voter, a committee. Now, do you know why aldermen want who gets committees? People that are close to the mayor or people that are her inner circle, like the people that are supporter. Now, think about this. Many of her committee chairs have already voted against her. Like, so you got a committee, I got you extra staff, extra salary, you get paid extra, all of these good things. I give you more people, and then you vote against me. Now, mind you, so this lady, Susan Sadlowski Garza, I'm just going to use her as an example, votes against you on your big issues, talks about you in the paper. I'm loyal, and you don't give me the committee? You give it to somebody else? All these committees are coming up because people are resigning. We saw Leslie Hairston say she rejected a committee offer. Now, mind you, Leslie Hairston's been against the mayor. So imagine when you're Derek Curtis and you open up the Sun-Times and they say that the mayor is offering jobs to people around you that voted against you. It clearly says that she doesn't value you. Yeah or no?
Clearly.
So now, the real issue for this situation is loyalty. The mayor skipped, there's no reward for a black man in particular, for being loyal to the mayor. This is going to move into context next half hour. But name a black man that she's shown respect to. She's dissed Jason Irvin. Okay, let's back up. Willie Wilson endorsed her, kicked him to the curb. Anthony Beale, first person to support her, raised her money, kicked him to the curb. Jason Irvin, fighting for cannabis. You do something, don't ask me for nothing for the next 3 years. Derek Curtis, once again, up here, kicked to the curb. Now, in the re-election cycle, the mayor wants Derek Curtis, who has one of the larger turnouts, to support her, and he's saying, maybe, no, I won't do it. Let me tell you what that's like, Riis. That's like owning the Mays Jackson, who supports everybody's everything for no money, ever. And because y'all tell me, do it on the black, do it on the love, do it on the, right? Mays, you a black man, you supposed to be with me. Man, you know these people out against me, right? And so I say I'm going to give it to you for free because the world, but one day, you gonna be somebody. And when you got some money, when you finally get some money, you don't say, I'm gonna spend it with Mays Jackson, who's been supporting me unconditionally. You go take your stuff to WGCI. You go take your stuff, you go try to, so you need my vote. I stand by you all the time. I might not be the fanciest, I might not be the coolest, but anytime you call me, I'm there. If people call you out for being with you, I got your back. And then as soon as you get an opportunity or you get some money, i.e. you got a committee to give away, you call everybody but me, even people who went against you. So how does that make you feel? Now, the mayor's response was, we've always had a great, well, let me find her. Because he said, Derek Curtis said Tuesday he's having second thoughts about his support for Mayor Lori Lightfoot and his role as her number one cheerleader because of the mayor's coldness, including her failure to reach out to him after he accidentally shot himself. If we were in a relationship, she should have contacted me. I deserve some type of call or conversation just to see how I was doing. Just checking in on me. That's what friends do, Curtis said. I felt myself being a very, very close friend and ally to her. I really was a number one cheerleader, but she never called, and when I shot myself, I wouldn't treat my friends that way. Phony kicking it. In a statement issued in response to Curtis's complaints, Lightfoot's campaign spokesperson, not Lightfoot didn't pick up the phone and call him. The spokesperson says, considers Alderman Curtis a friend and ally and looks forward to continuing their working together to make Chicago safer, fairer, and more equitable for all. So I said, you ain't called me. Dang, the fact that Alderman Curtis was shot in the city of Chicago just reiterates why we have to be, gun safety is so important. But, our thoughts and prayers with dear Alderman Curtis and how, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you send the white girl out to say, I'm sorry you feel that way. Now, is he being a little, you think he's wrong for wanting the mayor to call him? Because here's the part. The most recent exchange was he sent her a picture of his deep fried turkey because they swap pictures of their grill. So I'm showing you pictures of my turkey and she's still like, yeah. It's like the girl, I'm not going to even make that description. But Riis, this is what happens when you support people unconditionally with no questions. Let's go to the live line. Call you on the Mays Jackson Show.
Hey, Mays.
Ron, what's up, dog? I hear you, man. What's going on? Look, Ron, you on the streak, man. You trying to get on the phone call exec board, but I know you're gonna chill out after the election. So what's up, man?
No, I'm not. I'm with you every day. Been with you from the beginning, even at the other deal. Real quick, Mays, I like the way you kind of maybe gave some reasons as to why maybe he shouldn't support. But Mays, see, this is nothing about personal. To me, it just seemed a little petty. Certainly, I'm sure maybe his feelings were hurt and stuff, but to say, well, I'm not going to support you because you didn't call me when I got shot.
Ron, shot!
Now just
Ron,
me.
Ron, I didn't stub my toe. I got shot. I got shot, Ron. I got shot. Look, man, I call you every day. Look, when all these people out here talking crazy, you call me and be like, why are they treating me this way? Don't worry, Madam Mayor, I got you. Man, Alderman Curtis, I don't got no place to host the black people, but I need black people to come out to my thing. Okay, Mayor, I got you. I'll pack the room. You ain't gonna call me when Ryan, if I got shot and you don't call me, dog, I'm gonna have a problem, Joe. I'm telling you. And I ain't never even seen you.
But check this out, May. Now, what if his constituents feel is that the service, and I know it comes through him, but if they're pleased with her, they like the city service, then you say, well, no, I'm not supporting me because I got shot. That's all I'm saying, man. You know what, man? I wouldn't even put it out there like that. I would rather him be talking about some other things, some policy things, as to why he's not supporting her. Maybe crime in the street, maybe school. Give us a little more than, oh, okay, you didn't call. I don't like that person saying, this is not about him. It's not about him. It's about city service. And if they've been getting those, then you just don't have to have the same kind of relationship, and you can stipulate that. Yeah, I'm a supporter, but our relationship will be a little different. I just don't like it being personal. Thanks, Maeve.
Hey, Ron, I think that's a great point. You know what? It's funny to me because that's exactly how y'all operated when they called me all the names, right? It's a weird thing because everybody tells you don't take it personal, but the mayor's relation, it's interesting. People tell you don't take it personal till it's them. Riis, I will agree. I might not have said it like that. I would have just been like, I've been a loyal voter of the mayor's for whatever. And when the opportunity for her to pick a committee chair, etc., which is at the end of the story. But to me, I would almost argue that the story was that she hasn't picked him to be a committee chair, but the white folks, the Fran Spielmans of the world, would how you would be talking about it like Derek Curtis says he's probably not considering the mayor, right? The way I would have led this story is I would have positioned probably not the number one. I probably would not have positioned the shooting as the reason. I would have positioned the committee as the reason, and the shooting being one more example of why I realized that our relationship isn't as strong as I thought it was. I can give you some space on that, Ron. I can give you some space, but I do feel like, man, Joe, that's part of political bedside manner, right? Those are the little things that make a difference. And Freylana, I hear you say it's business, but realistically, most politics is business. I mean, most politics intermingles personal and business. Even business intermingles personal and business. Usually the person telling you is business is the one that stands to profit, right? It's personal when it's the person that is disrespected. Again, I would say that I would even look at this story from the standpoint of Fran Spielman being petty. The better headline is Lightfoot's number one cheerleader because he accidentally shot himself, right? Which caught my eye. But if you read the story is really I should have got a committee. Which, again, Riis. Maze. I want to call into the show. I want to talk about the show. I want to talk about what I got going on. I want to talk about everything I do. And then when I turn around and you advertising on another station and it's paid, but mine is free, right? When the What's in It for the Black People Studios was open to the world for free because I wanted to provide content for black folks, and then y'all go down the street and pay somebody else? If you had a budget, don't let me sit out here. Because I gave it to you for free, but when you start getting advertising, when you take my numbers and you go sell my numbers to go get money and sponsorship, now you ain't going to call me to advertise? So I want everything I can get for you for free. But when I get paid, I'm going to shop at GCI. I'm going to shop at White Podcast Studios. And let me say that I'm charging you the same thing as the white boys are. Now, mind you, I done gave you 5 years for free. I'm going to charge you what the white boys charge you. Man, that's too much. You tripping. Oh, I'm not paying $1,000. But you'll pay $1,000 to go rent the other venue where they tell you can't put your feet on the furniture. They treat you funny, right? It's the same thing. Everybody want to come to Obsidian and throw a free joint, but go to the white people and be like, oh, I'll pay $2,500 minimum room guarantee with nothing. But Maze, this show is nice for my free event. Speaking of that, shout out to Tavares Briggs, first person who actually came out and stepped up and, well, not the first, but the first political candidate that actually, you know what I'm saying, didn't say, I want to do my joint for free at your joint, but was like, yo, I want to support the business. I'm running. I'm trying to do my thing. But it's just funny because, you know, I advertise, I support everybody for free. And I expect that at someday somebody gonna walk in the door. But if I turn on the radio and I see you with somebody else, if I see you sending e-blast or using all those other things, but you call me for the free, I understand Derek Curtis. I do. And it is business, but it's personal. Cause you be like, yo, hold on, fam. Wait, I'm with you every day. And it's always easy for people to say, well, turn it into, it's business, not personal. Okay, well, this is a hobby, right? It's like people say, get up every morning, we want you to do the show, but do you really hit that button? Do you? You bought a cup of coffee today. If it was the Sun Times, you would have spent your 50 cents, right? So it's always easy for the people who benefit to say it's business, not personal. But do you know how many times that brother walked the plank for her and got personally lambasted? How many times do y'all call these people sellouts and Uncle Toms? Y'all don't, right? That's personal. That's personal. And I think that if you try to pretend like politics is not business and personal, right? That's how you get vendettas. That's how people been fighting for 10 years or 20 years. That's why people are like, I'm taking him out. Because it's personal. Y'all play that like you cannot set it up on a false narrative that says that politics does not involve emotion. It does not involve personality. It does not involve personal characters. You use those all as tools to the election. But like, yeah, that's business, not personal. No, it's business for her now because she didn't handle her personal. So that means that in a ward where there's 60-something precincts, part of your business is to manage the personal relationships. Because guess what? For her business, now she got to find 62 precinct captains to cover all the precincts because she didn't want to handle her personal. Now her business is at stake. It's a reason people write thank you cards in business. It's a reason you have Christmas parties. It's a reason that you do all of those things. How dare y'all say it's business, not personal, when if somebody don't say good morning to you in the morning show or say, hey, they didn't make you feel good at the job about yourself. Now, fam, I just want you to come do your job. But if I don't, oh, are you okay? How's your family? Is everybody all good? No. If it was business, man, fair days pay, fair days work. I don't really care what. So let's be clear. And if you think that the personal is usually the driver of the business in politics. But okay, I'll let you. So he was personal. And it's in the paper and we talking about it. But the business, if she would have handled the business of giving him a committee, guess what, Riis? Then he wouldn't be talking about the personal because you handled your business.
Okay.
I am with you 24 hours a day. I am unwavering. I read the paper that you done offered 16 people a position and you ain't even called me for it. I do take it personal when I was part of your success and you don't call and say thank you. I do. It's personal. Y'all be like, it's business. Don't say. No, fam. That's called relationship management. That's why salespeople take people out to dinner. That's why they make you feel good about yourself, because they understand that the personal lubricates the business. I don't do business with people I don't like unless I have to. That personal? Sure is. It is personal. If I don't like you, if I don't like the way you play, I don't have to do no business with you. And I think we set up these cool cliches that sound cool, but man, fam, now, you can be calculating in your personal and your business, but personal is real. Relationship management is a thing, and the people who do the best in business are generally the people who manage relationships the best, manage their personal and make the personal, and personal management is part of your business, because you got to deal with 50 different personalities, not 50 different businesses. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto in one exciting family experience. Sing along with Anna and Elsa in wintry Arendelle. And celebrate the power of love, y familia, with Mirabel and Bruno in the show everyone will be talking about, live in your hometown. Playing Chicagoland from January 19th through February 5th. Free parking with ticket purchase. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Wake up in the morning with the frown on my face, cause I know it's another day that I gotta face smile for people I don't wanna see, working at a job that I don't wanna be, breaking my back to the bone with nothing to show, but I got dreams and goals, but as soon as I clock in, I'm ready to go, so there's one thing I gotta know. Why money ain't free? Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Give it to me. I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Rocking in that 9 to 5, got your girl hella tired. Why won't they let me be? Now I understand why my mama always used to ask, did I think money grew on trees? I got these bills after bills and they just keep coming. Working overtime but my pockets ain't flooding. Yeah, my funds low. Adult life is ghetto.
Why money ain't free?
Why it ain't free?
Why can't you just give it to me?
Why can't they just give it to me?
I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me.
Why money ain't free? Yeah.
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't
Tell me
free?
how the money ain't free. Every 5 minutes, kids bothering me. They seem to think that money grows on trees. Always asking for allowance and clean one thing. I'm sick and tired of my funds being low. Spent the whole bag on the groceries at the store. Got a little something, but I need a little more. And I'm a single mama, you should already know.
Why money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free?
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it
Won't
to
you
me?
give it to me?
I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather
money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free?
Why money ain't free?
Why money ain't free? Yeah, why money ain't
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more in the black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Shizzo. For Shizzo and the Dizzo with Mays Jizzo and DJ Rizzo. You know? So, Riis, just real quick, one more time, shout out to Toy, who is the queen of Spirit Airlines. Who was?
Oh, her birthday in 2 days. I forgot about that.
She a January birthday too?
January 13th.
What a party at? She probably going somewhere.
I'm sure she had a party.
She ain't, see, that's okay. I ain't gonna even be, she ain't invite. That's all right, I don't be invited. That's okay. Don't nobody want to come to your old funky party, no way. Even though y'all be getting turned at the parties. I'll be looking at, I'll be like, how many shots y'all gonna do? I'll be like, do your mama see these?
I can't even do shots no more.
I'm never gonna forget when y'all talked about that time on the show when somebody said, don't drink my pot, don't drink mine, because it's gonna have a pill in it. A pill? I don't know, man, ain't no been drinking no birth control drinks. That wasn't the pill she was talking about, though. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Anyway. Riis, the reason I brought that up was because, you know, the FAA, the United States, has halted flights nationwide today after key FAA system goes down. Reported by Bloomberg, U.S. aviation authorities halted flights nationwide early Wednesday after the failure of a key pilot notification system operation by the Federal Aviation Administration. The regulator ordered all airlines to delay departures until 9:30 a.m. New York time to allow the agency to validate any integrity of flight and safety information, according to the FAA tweet. The disruption stemmed from problems with Notice to Air Missions System, or NOTAM, which conveys urgent advisory information essential to flight operations. Scores of passengers due to fly domestically began reporting delays on social media early Wednesday, and United Airlines Holdings, Inc. said it would temporarily ground flights to all destinations. Flight tracking website FlightAware showed 1,230 delays for U.S. flights at 7:22 a.m. New York time, a figure likely to grow. The NOTAM system provides airlines with real-time safety information for flight planning. The U.S. Airlines Association, Airlines for America, said it's been notified about disruptions, that it's working with FAA and awaiting further information regarding when these issues will be resolved. Shares of United and Air American went down slightly pre-market. The information conveyed on wait a minute, let me back up. Because here's the part I want to get to. A hotline has been activated, said the FAA said on its website. No new NOTAMs or amendments have been processed after the system failed late on Tuesday night, the FAA said, adding that technicians are working to restore operations. The administration said later that some systems were starting to come back online before it ordered a halt to all departures. The new disruptions follow closely the December airlines meltdown at Southwest Airlines that forced it to cancel more than 16,700 flights and drove to the airline a fourth quarter loss. Entry for people arriving at airports across the United States descended into chaos in 2019 after a custom and boredom IT system failed, while an outage last August at United Airlines caused disruption across its network. Riis, the first time, and I'm looking for it. So the first time I read this story, they talked about they were unaware of they were not sure that whether it was a cyber attack or not. I think now I don't see that in here. Like there was a reference that specifically said we have no evidence that this is a cyber attack. I closed my phone, opened it back up to read it to you guys, and now it's not there. Interestingly enough, yesterday, the United States announced that it would be bringing Ukrainian soldiers here to learn the Patriot defense missile system. And Russia told us that if we gave them the Patriot missiles, that there would be consequences. Look, y'all. Warfare is different. Can you imagine? It's 21,000 grounded flights right now. Remember how all the people was mad at Southwest? Now it looks like the Southwest might have just been a test case. You dig? $21,000 flights grounded. Think about this, Riis. The president, the last time I remember somebody saying no flights?
9/11.
Bam. Ground every plane. 9/11. 9/11. No flights? None? President sent it? Something to pay attention to as we talk about newfangled warfare. And y'all better get them TikToks off y'all phone. China finna turn y'all phones into time bombs. Anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I want to talk about this, Riis. So the mayor has released another commercial. So here's what I want to do. You got me my audio over here? This is what we're going to do. We're going to run through the history of the mayor's commercials. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready, man. This past 4 years, look at everything she gave us.
Here we go. Well, let's get it cracking right now. Here, you ready?
Felix and Oscar. They are complete opposites. This is Felix. He fancies himself an expert on all things Chicago. He's not. He's a know-it-all who actually knows very little. He has to be right, but mostly, he's wrong. Oh, and he's not a very good gamer. This is Oscar. Though he calls Felix a friend, he often wonders why. He actually is an expert on all things Chicago. He educates himself and bases his opinions on actual facts. And he's a much better gamer, and they both know it. Felix and Oscar, two unlikely buddies who together have a lot to say about the city they love. Stay tuned.
So that was the mayor's, first TV spot, or that was the introduction of her.
DJ Drama had the
Lord.
biggest series because nothing.
Go back now. That was the intro to the first to the commercial series. I think, Riis, that was a web only spot.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot launches a plan creating thousands.
Has Lightfoot done anything? Given the mess she was dealt, Lori's delivering. Chicago's #1 for corporate expansion and ranked best American city.
Commercial.
She even got 5,000 new Google jobs. And she was cool during COVID.
Hey, did you order thousands of new jobs and a pepperoni?
Told you she delivers.
All right, so that's commercial number 1. Riis, after we met Felix and Oscar, who were supposed to be a spoof on The Odd Couple. I don't know if you remember The Odd Couple.
Of course.
Dun, 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 dun. Carrie didn't know who The Odd Couple was.
You watched it on Nick at Night.
Man, which one? The original one or the one with the black people? You watched with
I watched the one with the white people. I didn't know the one with black
yeah,
people.
It was a black one with Max Baird. They had one and it came on the 7th. Dun, 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 dun. I used to like Oscar. Felix used to be on my nerves, but he was metrosexual. All right, so Riis, then we're going to go to the next spot. Hold on.
Lightfoot.
So that was the first go around. This is the first iteration of the mayor's commercial. So these are the first 2. Ready? Here. You want to hear? Here it go. Uh-oh. Y'all don't want to? Oh, Lord. Now they want to act funny, Riis. Oh. Oh, okay, I got it. My computer done did some craziness, Riis. So here's the next mayor's commercial. Ooh, I did it wrong.
Delivers? What about crime? People don't know. She's delivering record spending for violence reduction, getting guns off the street, and more money for police. You know we didn't get into this mess overnight. True. Getting out of it takes time. And Lightfoot has a plan, right?
Hold on. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Want to play?
Love to, but I've got work to do for our city.
So, Riis, our first set of commercials was the mayor, Felix, and Oscar, and I feel like it was attempting to kind of poke fun, especially after hearing the introduction of like them saying the one guy thinks he knows it all and then the black guy, or like in Riis, I do think that the black person that they used was androgynous. Do you know what androgynous means? Like they are a they, them.
Oh, okay.
Right? No respect. I'm respecting the pronoun. But when you look at the characters, to me, there's something about who they're trying to appeal to, but I don't know that either one of these fit in her base. Does that make sense? Like what she needs to win. But that was the mayor's first 2 commercials. Then remember, she dropped those, and then she also had hold on. Did she have another one?
Progress. Chicago needs someone to be a truly progressive mayor. Hey, what'd you do that for?
Mayor Lightfoot has literally raised minimum wage to $15, made Chicago a safe haven for abortion, and has made record investments in affordable housing.
I don't know. Sounds pretty suspect.
Mayor, can you?
You're right. Chicago did need someone to clean up the mess and pass a progressive agenda.
It's all in there, dude. Lightfoot delivers.
Does he read?
About as much as he cleans.
Progress. Chicago needs someone.
So, Riis, I feel like that was her sarcastic. Ooh, what is this? Lord have mercy. We done activated something else on this computer, Riis. I don't even know what we got going on. Anyway, so those were her first commercials, right? Which were the fun, lighthearted, cracking jokes, but trying to take on the issues or the things that people said about her. But Riis, I feel like she did it kind of in a snarky way, if that makes sense, right? Like trying to minimize the issues as compared to really attacking them. You know, like, did you like those commercials? Did you think they were effective?
Effective towards voting? Nah, I just think they was more informational, just to get the mayor, I guess, back on your brain or something like that.
I'm the youngest of 4 kids. Both my parents were born in the
So let's back up. So the first was comedy. She tried comedy, right? She tried comedy and sarcasm, and then she went after the, what do you call those people? The millennial, the new next generation millennials. I think that she's lost that space to Brandon Johnson and Chewy Garcia, right? Which are the progressive white and, like that person in the commercial is the they, them, and then the white guy is the hipster dude, right? And the bros. And so that base has gone away, right? Like, to me, that is now being chopped up between Brandon Johnson and Chewy Garcia for the progressive, right? Because you remember she did that whole, you need a progressive mayor. Well, that spot's been taken away. So, right? So now she's saying, she knows she's not getting white men. So they start to peel away from that, because now, Riis, they've got to pivot to black people. So then the mayor goes to, and you know what I forgot? The confess it, we get it right. I'll find that one too. Here is the mayor with, I call mea culpa, because remember one time she did a thing and she said, I'm not going to make mistakes. We didn't do anything. We didn't get it all right, but we're great. Then comes the mea culpa crying meme mayor commercial.
I'm the youngest of 4 kids. Both my parents were born in the segregated.
Now she trying to get the Emmett Till effect. Now she's trying to connect to our grandparents and to black seniors and black elders who, the Lord tell you to forgive.
I wouldn't be sitting here but for the sacrifices that my parents made for me, and particularly my mom. My mother, my parents sacrificed everything to make sure that my brothers and sister and I could have a better life, a life that they could never have imagined. As mayor, I'm doing everything I can to widen and open up opportunities for those families who are growing up like the ones like mine. I'm the youngest of 4 kids. Both my parents were born in the segregated South. I wouldn't be sitting here but for the sacrifices that my parents made for me, and particularly my mom. My mother, my parents sacrificed everything to make sure that my brothers and sister and I could have a better life, a life that they could never have imagined. As mayor, I'm doing everything I can to widen and open up opportunities for those families who are growing up like the ones like mine.
Riis, we all love our mom. She now pivots away from... I just want you to think about the contrast of the commercials. Now, we haven't seen the pizza people no more, right? The pizza guy's gone because that audience is gone. So she had spots built around trying to reclaim her white progressive and in-between black folks. That audience is now, according to the polling, gone, right? That goes to Brandon Johnson, and that goes to Chewy Garcia. White boy with the mustache, Chewy. The other guy, Brandon. So she's now got to discount those audiences, right? So now what she has to do, now her advisors are saying, your hope, you've lost the white lakefront, you've lost the liberals, so now you got to dominate with black folks, right? So what does she do, Riis? She pivots to black. She pivots to the old school pictures from the segregated South, right? Pivots to old school black and white pictures, connotations of her now being the freedom fighter and having a legacy similar to the black folks that live here that came from Mississippi, that came from Alabama, that came from Arkansas. So she can, because you don't know the back, so you can be like, I'm just like you. Okay? That's the next commercial. Then, Riis, she realizes that she's out of the top 3 and recognizes that she's got to beat her biggest competitor right now.
What do we really know about Chewy?
Her biggest competitor right now, the front runner. And now she has to figure out, how does she get back into the top 2? Now, we know part of her strategy to get to the top 2 was to try and take out Willie Wilson. But then, Riis, she releases another commercial, this time an attack ad on Congressman Garcia. Ready?
We really know about Chewy Garcia? Chewy secretly talked with this crypto crook who stole his customers' life savings, then spent a fortune to re-elect Garcia. Chewy cut deals to help himself with the since-indicted Mike Madigan, even while the disgraced speaker faced a federal corruption investigation. And Chewy took money from a red light camera company just hours before he delivered the deciding vote that made the company millions. Crypto crooks, indicted Pauls, and pay-to-play profiteers. The more you know, the worse it gets. What do we really know about Chewy Garcia? Chewy secretly talked with this crypto crook who stole his customers' life savings, then spent a fortune to re-elect Garcia. Chewy cut deals to help himself with the since-indicted Mike Madigan, even while the disgraced speaker faced a federal corruption investigation. And Chewy took money from a red light camera company just hours before he delivered the deciding vote that made the company millions. Crypto crooks, indicted Pauls, and pay-to-play profiteers. The more you know, the worse it gets. What are we...
So now, Riis, she's got to get Chewy. She's trying to drag Chewy down at the same time, recognizing that even if she drags Chewy down, that's not going to be enough to raise her up in the black community. So, Riis, when all else fails, what do? When all else fails and you're on the political ropes, what do? You go to this. Ready? Here we go. And I want you to pay attention to the language.
You wouldn't know it by watching the news or listening to the haters. But on crime, Mayor Lightfoot's got a plan. She's putting more police on the streets and getting more guns off them. When it comes to new strategies, new technology, Lightfoot's invested more than any mayor. Those are facts. Anyone that says there are simple solutions is lying.
Riis, ain't that
we didn't get here
word?
overnight, and we have a long way to go. But Lightfoot won't quit until we're the safest big city in America.
Because right now, currently, Riis,
you wouldn't know it by watching the news or listening to the haters. But on crime, Mayor Lightfoot's got a plan. She's putting more police on the streets and getting more guns off them. When it comes to new strategies, new technology, Lightfoot's invested more than any mayor. Those are facts. Anyone that says there are simple solutions is lying. We didn't get here overnight, and we have a long way to go. But Lightfoot won't quit until we're the safest big city in America.
Now she's to the black man. Notice she doesn't even feature herself in the commercial. You don't even see her.
Just a picture of her.
What? Oh, yeah. Just a picture. Right? But she doesn't want her voice. So now, Riis, and I forgot the one commercial, which is when we get it right, when we don't get it right, we fix it up, we clean it up. But, that comes straight out of the Anecdotes joint to me. Riis, who is the mayor's target right now? Let's talk about this when we come back. And then if y'all saw the commercials, I want y'all to give me a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, also, I want you to tell me if you think any of them were effective. Any of them will change the trajectory of the race. Because I think right now, at this point, they throwing everything against the wall. I don't know a black man that the mayor has stood by in this whole time. And what newspaper is he walking with down under his arm? Because, can you get the newspapers anymore? I don't know. Anyway, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages. Okay.
Do you want to send your child to the best fit private school but don't have the financial resources? Apply for the Illinois Tax Credit Scholarship Program. It has provided over 37,000 scholarships worth $300 million. The application opens online Wednesday, January 18th at 6:30 p.m. and submissions begin at 7 p.m. Scholarships are first come, first served for families who qualify, so apply as soon as possible. For more information, call 1-800-616-7606 or visit www.empowerillinois.org. Empowering families, empower communities, empower Illinois.
What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people, for the black people, for the black people, for the black people. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people, 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 for the black people. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. For the black people. 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 For the black people, 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 for the black people.
You are listening to the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the rule on the ones and twos. Riis, the mayor has run through a bunch of commercials, and I'm thinking to myself, Riis, I feel a way about her using black men. Like, I kind of feel like if she put a black woman up there, I'm going to just be running the Anecdotes commercial. But when I think about the black men, I think about every black man that she has come across, she has in some way, shape, or form attempted to emasculate. I think when she talks about people lying, first of all, Riis, he basically said they're lying. And she used haters, right? So she's clearly pivoting out of white folks and now trying to go to hit the black blast race card. And I just thought it was interesting to me that Mayor Lightfoot, can you name a strong black man in her administration?
Nah.
Can you point to a time when the mayor has celebrated black men in any way, shape, or form?
I'm thinking.
Okay, so as we have this black man calling us liars and haters, I mean, because he did. He said if they're telling you, Riis, she says she won't stop until she makes it the safest big city in the country. Do you know it's the most dangerous big city in the country? Do you know that even though crime is down 14%, we are 40% higher than New York and LA? Riis, do you feel like there's a plan for the carjackings? Because when's the last time we saw David Brown, superintendent?
It's been a while.
I'm just saying, let's go to the live line. Caller, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Which one of the mayor's commercials is going to work for you? Because she need the black people now. What's in it? I bet she going to have a What's in it for the black people shirt on somewhere. She won't come here, but she'll be talking about it. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Yo, what up, Shalom, Mikey?
Oh, my God. It's Jake. I thought you abandoned us in the new year, man. I feel like I ain't heard from you in at least a month. What's up, Jacob Israel, calling all the way from H-Town via East Side? What's up, boy? Brother?
Yes, sir.
Reggie?
I just, you know what I mean? I had to let the holidays go. You know what I mean? Go fast. I didn't want to.
You was like, I know we was burning your ears up. We was burning your ears up. I know. You was like, turn it off. Go ahead.
Yo, my thing is, like earlier, you was talking about the different, constituents. You know, like you got your LGBTQs and you got the Latinos, caucuses, the different caucuses. The difference is, okay, say, what is the ask though? What's the ask? What are we trying to do? Are we trying to get the bills out? Oh, I understand cannabis, all right. If it's cannabis, it's not going to be that many that's going to get it. Okay, so the difference is those that get it in their particular neighborhoods, it's going to trickle down because they have stores. You know what I mean? In Mexican neighborhoods, they got a number of Mexican stores. Over in the LBGQ, I think it's what is Little Town Boys Town or something, or wherever they gather at. They got their own economy right there. The Asians, the same thing with us. We don't. Everybody else run our stores. We ain't got no grocery stores. We ain't got no. We don't run our corner stores. We don't run it. So it's a difference when they do it. Just say, for instance, like I was talking to the Elder Tillman, right? And she's like, I was like, you can put $1 billion school on the south side or the west side, but the kids got to get there. The kids got to get there. You know what I mean? And it's just, if their parents is not dropping them off, they got to catch that bus. And it depends on where they're coming from. It is a journey. So I think, man, violence, bro, until I don't know if they'll ever be able to contain it or stop it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the number one thing. You can open up, say, 1,000 more businesses on the south side or the west side. They got to worry about. They're scared. They might get killed. It's a shameful story, but it's the truth. And the last thing, that brother, right? That brother who shot himself. You know the mayor with her attitude. She was like, that dummy shot himself. I'm not putting no statements on that. I'm not putting no statement.
But you ain't got to put a statement, Jake. You ain't got to put a statement, fam. If you, fam, but you could hit me up with a hole you dig and just be like, hey, dog, what the hell was you doing? You all right? I'm saying, but you sent a text or you called. She might have, but you still, Jake, if I found out you got shot, right? Like, real talk, and you shot yourself cleaning your gun, right? If you called up, if I ran into you, I'm going to be like, Jake, you all right? I ain't going to exacerbate it, but I'm going to be like, Jake, you all right? Jake, if I seen you 10 times since you shot yourself, I'm gonna be like, first time I'm gonna be like, you all right? You straight? You sure?
I
You know,
can
like
dig
when
it.
somebody
I can
fall
dig it.
down and you be like, you okay? You cool? I
can
want to
dig
make
it.
sure you
I
ain't
can
gonna
dig
get
it.
hurt.
From your perspective, I can dig it. But with her, she really ain't really. She enjoyed or like what how she stand up like Willie. Look what she did to Willie Wilson after he helped her get elected. She just cold. She's cold like that. And watch out, Willie. Don't sleep old Willie Wilson, brother. He out working them. He got his own little thing. That's the rest while they carving on everything else, chopping it up. He got a whole little base right there. All right, bro. Shalom.
All right, Jake, all the way from H-Town. I was like, I knew Jake was boycotting us for the holidays because he was like, y'all gonna stop saying Christmas around me. He said the holidays. I love when brothers got the remixes for everything. We ain't heard from Israel in a while either, have we? You know what I'm saying?
He called back the first. Yeah, he did. We talked to him the first week that we got back.
Oh, okay. I was just checking, make sure he out there, man.
I tell people, man, you was a kid once, and you know what, and you knew what Christmas mean, and know what it mean to children. You just teach them the way, But
Carrie was around here yesterday trying to convince us that Jersey needed Santa Claus so she could have some happiness in her life. I was like,
yeah, but it could be you though. You dress up as Santa Claus.
No, Negro. I'm
Why
dressing
not?
up as Grandpa. Look, this is what I'm gonna tell you. Like I tell everybody, you can pick what Santa get you, or you can pick what Ben Daddy get you. And I bet you'd rather have Ben Daddy to open up.
I bet she would rather have. But it's an experience, man. It's the childhood. Experience,
Ain't nobody putting no look.
My
daughter asked. They said,
"Did you believe in Santa Claus at first?"
No.
Oh well,
No. And my daughter, we was talking about the Tooth Fairy yesterday, right?
Tooth Fairy, right?
No. Look. Now my parents tricked me for the first couple times. Then I remember one time I was like, I ain't getting no money under my. They was like, go outside. Then I was like, I came back and it was some money under there. I was like, oh, I know how this go. So from that point on, I said, see, because my thing is, once you start lying to your kid, when do they know when you gonna lie? So I say, man, just like this. Here you go. Look, the Tooth Fairy leave $2. I leave $20. What you want? I can call the Tooth Fairy up for you. I can call the Tooth Fairy up for you, but he gonna put 2 under there. I got 20. Which one you want?
So I just can't see the Tooth Fairy because I get it. Like, trust me, I get it. I'm a parent, but I just like the children.
When the black kids ever seen a black fairy?
Now you got the.
When the black kids ever seen a black fairy?
Nobody's ever seen a Tooth Fairy.
Okay, but when have you seen on TV a black fairy? When as a kid, when they in their mind, who are they thinking putting that money under their?
Sure, it was a black fairy on
Where you tell me one you seen? You tell me one you saw growing up. When you grew up, you thought it was a white ass super. You thought it was a white fairy sticking stuff up under your pillow.
No.
Yes, you did.
No. I actually, to me, it's gonna be sound weird. I thought the fifth area was like gold and small flying around. I didn't think it was white at all. I thought it was gold. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like a colorful. Like, I didn't really think that the fairy was white. I just thought it was But I kind of knew. But like I said, as a kid, it was kind of
lie to me. Just lie to me.
Nah, it was the thing. Man, you're a child, man. It's all right. Everybody else. Man, at school, man, they saying it, ho, Santa Claus, and you the only kid in there that's like, Santa ain't real. That's what my daddy said. Like, you ruining everybody else. You a Grinch.
Everybody down in Springfield, y'all ain't invite me to ride out with See, this is what I be talking about, dog. I swear. It's okay. Nobody invited me to come broadcast in Springfield.
You got to go, man. You got to be invited. Just go.
Yeah, I know. No, it's like I be thinking to myself, like, people will call me for everything. Except the invitation. I was just thinking about that. Like, y'all ask, Riis. And man, I really think I want to be. I'm hearing that the labor unions don't want me to be the senator, man.
It's okay, man. It's a lot of people, but you gonna have to. I mean, everybody ain't gonna want you to be the senator.
I got the grind. I'm saying like this.
See, right now is the way you start, and you just say something nice.
See, then Tyrone gonna have his foot up my butt.
That's all
I
right.
can't say nothing nice about nobody.
Tyrone gotta understand. You gotta do what you got to do to get in. You gotta, rub a couple of elbows.
Well, no, my thing is this, right? Like, I feel like I could put my credentials up out against anybody. I do think it's what's concerning to me is that the voice of black people is going to be determined by people who might not necessarily be black. And I also think it's an interesting dynamic.
I think you'll win, man.
Well, see, my thing is, if I don't get the appointment, then I just gotta run.
And it's for senator.
Uh-huh.
That'd be dope, man. I think you'll be. I think you'll be good. I think voting will probably be long because of you. You know what I'm saying? I think if they have to, you're gonna be like, nope, no, we're not doing it. But I think it's good though. Like it's always good. To have a person in there that's really advocating for black people. You just gotta know how to advocate for black people, but don't make it seem like that
you hating on somebody else.
Yeah, that's it.
But see, my thing is this. I always feel like honestly, Riis, I don't think that we've ever really hated on anybody. I think we've compared. I think that sometimes people don't like the comparisons because it then exacerbates their real position, right? So you don't want me to talk about the distribution of economic resources between our communities, because if you talk about it, then it really makes people start to count and read, right? And then they be like, wait a minute, we aren't getting our fair share of this. Man, Riis.
I think you should run. I think you should, man. I think you should. No matter what, man.
Like, if I don't get the appointment, you think I should just run against whoever's, not run against, but run for the people?
I really do.
Like, I'll be honest with you. I've been getting a lot of calls from people who are not political, and they like, man, we support you. And, I was just thinking, Riis, I supported everybody. Like, even some of the people that would probably try to bump me out of the spot, right? Like, whenever there was a time to come to defense of black people, I've always been there.
Yeah.
Right? So, I guess my biggest concern would be the fact that, like, not to be disrespectful, like humbly, if we want someone that's going to represent black self-interest, right? Because I feel like the caucuses are big enough and there's enough people to represent everybody that you can speak on your people.
Yeah.
And the biggest people, like, it will be Alderman Jason Irvin, Alderman Burnett, Michael Scott, Byron Sigcho Lopez. Probably some of it will be it's gonna be an interesting group of people, Riis, that pick. But what I'm hearing is that the two unions that play in the black space have their own choice regardless of the people, right? And so I think what we got to do is realistically look at the process, raise the awareness of the process, and make sure that we document the whole thing from beginning to end, right? Because then all of that then becomes the tools to run an efficient campaign going forward. So I think that as I look at this, it's always funny when people tell me what not to do. But I think the reality is that, and it's always funny to me because people be like, you take the radio, y'all crack me up taking the radio for my business acumen. This is showtime. I'm entertaining you. Like, do y'all not think that I have handled business and done business with people of all races, cultures, and creeds, and know how to get along with people and know how to get things done while still speaking on my behalf or on the behalf of us? It's not emotion. It's like there's a different tactics for different platforms. You probably wouldn't enjoy me if I was, well, excuse me, but the technical service, you come here for entertainment. You come here to be cajoled. You come here to be laughed and entertained. Passed bills before, worked with all of the legislators before, and I think what winds up happening is every legislator has a personality, and you have to figure out what it is. But I always think, like, when people like, don't do it, it's because I be like, how you gonna better use my talents? You cutting checks? You passing legislation? I'm not tripping. Here's me, Riis. I must tell you that, like, I'm not gun shy because of the letters. I think I'm a little bit more gun shy because I did think that, I think that people be here in the morning be rah-rahing. But I can't even say that because actually when it was, and you know what I was just thinking? If the same mob that we put together for the president could come together, I really find like the only thing it would be they would be trying to say bad stuff and they would be going back to the letters. But if it's black candidates and the black candidates let their team go to the letters and all that stuff, then I think we got to hold the black candidates accountable, right? I just don't think that we should allow white folks to create a war amongst black people to represent black people. Does that make sense? Like, perfectly. I'm all good with whatever the process is, but if the people who wouldn't stand up for you then allow you to come to attack me personally, it's cool and I'll be prepared for it. But I also always think people never remember when you was down who came for you. It's a whole busload of people riding out like we got your back before any of this was. So I just think it's a lot of stuff we need to be talking about. Yeah. And you should chill, dog. Anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. Riis, I was going to talk about the 5th Ward race. Oh, we got callers? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller?
What's up, Maze, and what's up, Riis?
What up? Who there?
This is Callan.
This is who?
This is Callan.
Oh, what's up, brother? How you feeling, man?
Okay. Tell Riis my main man, Bio, came by his place, and hopefully got what he wanted to get, and I'll be by his place soon.
That's good stuff, man. You going to get what you gonna get when you go out there? Hold on. We gonna put hold on. I'm on a new page, so we gonna let them get their food. We gonna wait for their ad campaign to come on through. Shout out to both fields. What is that? What you called for to tell Riis you was coming through to get something to eat?
No, I'm calling for the mayor's race for Lightfoot. Well, she's gonna lose anyway. She won't make the runoff.
What?
And another thing,
you don't think
Maze,
you don't think she gonna make the runoff, dog?
She's not going to make the runoff because she's not going to win 18 black wards. She's not going to win those 18 black wards like she did the last time she ran for mayor. And another thing, don't you notice that she's acting like Mayor Byrne back in the 80s? She's doing the same thing Mayor Jane Byrne did. So we're going to call her Mayor Jane Byrne 2.0. She's doing the same thing that Mayor Byrne did back in the 80s. That's how she got kicked out of office, and Lightfoot gonna get the same treatment. She's gonna get kicked out of office too.
Wait, what if she do a Chicago Fest though? What if she bring like Drake or something?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If the people don't want her in office, she's not gonna get in office. So they're not gonna. Black people not gonna go for the okie doke with that. Now, come on now, Maze.
Okay. Dang.
So, like I said, that's Jane Byrne 2.0, and she got to go. Later, Maze.
Oh, Jane Byrne 2.0, and she got to go. Riis, do I got to turn that into a spot? See, time stamp that one too. Look, Jane Byrne 2.0, and yo, she got to go. It's funny to me. I always be thinking like you always like Junior. Who, Junior, remember, I know who you are now, okay? So you come off kind of crazy, right? But anyway, I'm going to continue to put this. So if they spend $4 million against me, right, because of, and remember, that was self-funded $4 million, then that should tell all the black people why the threat is. Now, I'm all good with that, because if you got to spend $4 million to beat me, hey, get it back. And your members gonna be like, wait a minute. It's all good. And why y'all fighting so hard? But again, fam, you gotta stop doing it like that, because if I know who you are, then it comes off as hater, right? And it's like, then it puts us in it puts us in a crazy position. Caller, you on the Maze? Is anybody else on the line? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson show?
Good morning, Maze Jackson.
Byron, what up, dog?
Here's the question: if not you, then who? Running for that Senate seat.
They got.
Who else is more qualified? Who else is more qualified, Miss? Come on now. Who else is more qualified than you? The only people you're gonna fight with, the only people against you are gonna be the black folks.
Oh no, the white folks gonna
they
be
hate
against
you.
Dang,
No, but the black
white folks hate the
you.
black people. Dang, Byron, why the black people gotta be the ones that hate me? I only want best for black people. I want everybody to do good, but I want black people to not be part of everybody. Go ahead.
You remember Tim Duncan?
Mm-hmm.
If it gets close, they can bring in the big King Negro in to get you. I'm just telling you. The guy who's never done nothing for us, who didn't do nothing for us, but he had the opportunity. For some reason, black folks just love to do nothing for us. So they can do whatever they can. They can throw the kitchen sink at you. But there's nobody more qualified than your ass, babe. And believe me, you're very savvy. You're savvy with me. You know what I'm saying? I said, this guy is pretty savvy. But I know what he's thinking. But he can't say what he's thinking. Because he's trying to just mitigate that path down the road. And here's another thing I'm worried about, Maze, about you.
Uh-oh.
It's less money for you to become a senator. At least you can work on the side. I don't know what the ethics rules are. Huh?
They just got a raise. So maybe I'll make some more money now.
But people don't know how much money you make. You see what I'm saying? They don't know how much money you normally make. They have no clue. I know how much money you make, and this is a community service you're doing here, dude. I'm just telling you, and people don't realize it. You are taking a pay cut to be on this show every morning. I'm just telling you, Maze. Forget telling you, Maze. I'm gonna tell the rest of the people who listen to your show. This is a pay cut. He's cutting his pay to tell you all this information, and that's what I'm worried about, because I know you can. I mean, you can be dancing in the clouds. You can be like that guy was on you yesterday. Came in with all his products, getting that free advertisement. You keep telling him, where's the check? He said, oh, man, the check is in the mail. Okay, but y'all good friends, and I like that guy, too. I love that guy. We different on a few little things, but I love that guy, too. But all I'm saying is there's nobody more qualified than you. And if you don't do it now, when you going to do it? It's in your heart. It's in your blood. To challenge these Negroes. It's in your blood, dude. And it's a calling for you to do this show. There's a calling for you to go and get things straight. And where else you can go get things straight? Go downstate and straighten things up. It's in your blood. You shucking and jiving with me. You shucking and jiving with people thinking about it. You know you're thinking about it. You know this is what you got to do. This is your calling. Ask your wife first. Your wife is very important. Your wife is very important.
Let me tell you
she might not want the backlash.
No, my wife supports me unconditionally, right? Like, in spite of whatever. And she's been like, man, if it's been in your heart, go. Do all the stuff that you tell everybody else to do. Do all the things that you're willing to do for everybody else. Put those things in play and help yourself the same way. Now, obviously, she's not, she's got political things, and I don't really want to put her into it. But I would tell you that my wife has been tremendously supportive of me, even with this show. Right. And even when everybody else said, May, stop doing the show. Right. Like, you need to stop doing the show for the campaign, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I'm sure I have her support. I know I have her support. Byron, it's not the fear of rejection so much. There is a component of it where I know that there are not limits to what white folks or some of the people might go to or go through. And it's steeling yourself for that. And I think that's really the issue. Like, I got to tell you, like, them letters They blew me. Now, I probably wanted to fight more, but obviously because I was handicapped in the space, and I think I was muzzled. I actually feel like if those letters were to come again, I feel like I'd really probably step to them and I'd use a larger platform to address them. But yeah, man, I think my biggest challenge is really trying to be like, Riis, how you say black people be like, you could do good, but just not better than me, right? I feel like there's a space in the universe where, and I think there's the appointment, and I really honestly think that with everything that's happening, and the people that really are playing in it, I just feel like we're being threatened in the space in one way. Like the appointers are being threatened by other entities, which means that I don't want to get my hopes up for the appointment knowing that there are powers that be that are trying to push someone else. So then it says, can I muster up the campaign, the funds, and the people to be able to withstand that challenge? Because again, it wouldn't be a 4-year appointment. It would mean that we would all be circulating petitions coming back up. And then do you make that run for Senate regardless of the appointment? Like in our world, most of it is usually it's traded. And it means that it wouldn't be a trade, and it would mean that I'd have to get ready to go to war. So those are all the things that, play in my mind as we talk about it. But I do feel a certain way.
Yeah, I understand, but the wife, you got to take her job in consideration. And I know what she's got. She's with you, I know, but still, so you can analyze that stuff and you'll come to the right conclusion. But you are a savvy person, and you can get on the airways of different stations. I'm telling you, I know you can. So you can get free publicity. You know how to do it. You see what I'm saying? Even if the cause of controversy, you get on air and let people know what you're really for. You see what I'm saying? To get your message out. So I got a feeling that you got skills beyond what those other folks got. I'm just telling you, you got skills. I mean, you already know it already, Maze. You already know. You don't have to tell you that. But all I'm saying is, if not now, when? You see what I'm saying? You can't wait forever. How old you are? You still 32?
No, see, I'm 52, Byron.
Well,
right?
Well, then it's time to make a move. If
Byron, can I count on you to? Can I count on you to help me fundraise?
I'll read the first $1,000 check.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay,
I'll
Byron.
read the first $1,000 check.
Man.
You announce you run, I bring you $1,000. I bring you $1,000. You announce that you can run, I bring you $1,000.
Byron, thank you. Thank you.
I'm just saying, Maze, we gotta do it for our people. What other person can do what you're doing for us? What other person? I know Tyron's gonna get on there. Tyron's gonna do whatever you tell him to do, because he'll do it your way. He has a way of doing things. But if you tell Tyron what role you want to play, he will do it. I know Tyron. I can feel him. I feel that brother. And then you got the pit bull, the other guy from the website. You need to call him about that. But Willie Wilson campaign. Willie Wilson got to start hit education. He has to hit crime. So don't let people take the crime issue off. Crime is a big issue for older folks like me. Education, school vouchers. Start hitting all those little issues that people are concerned about. Willie Wilson needed to talk about. But all I'm saying is that's why I don't think he wants to win. But I got called Ricky Henry. But Maze, this is a time for you to make a move. It's in your blood. I see it. I feel it every day. It's time to make a move and keep hope alive.
Hey, Byron, thank you, man. That was a motivational call. I appreciate that, man. First $1,000. I would probably need to raise about $250,000 to $300,000 to be able to run this thing, right? Because you know that all of the big people would be working kind of against me.
You know you can hire you a fundraiser at both fields.
See, I slid that in there, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You looking for some place to have some fundraisers now.
Okay. So I think, man, maybe we need to continue this conversation. I need my people out west, though, right? I need the people out west. I need some people up north. But I do think that this is ultimately
a winnable seat. I think Cassandra put in the point was if you get the appointment, then you get the incumbent. Then that means that they spend everything they got to protect you, right? So it's just a lot of things that we have to be taking into consideration. All right, y'all. Yeah, man. I gotta, it's more to think about, but I do feel like, I just feel like it's an opportunity, right? And I've watched as opportunities have come for other people. I've stood down, I've stood by, I have played my role. I done got cursed out by people who are now friends of mine, right? And I'm just wondering, can we pull it together? Look, anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. You don't got to be in the district to support me, right? Like, I think that's, and like part of the thing would be that definitely need the votes in the city, but I also feel like there's got to be voices that are unapologetically for our overall community. So whether it's green infrastructure or whatever, applying the question and then being able to make sure that we have an answer is it. So look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the ones and twos. If you live out west, I just think that our Black voices need to be heard. Look, y'all, in a supermajority Democratic Party, the instinct will be that we're all homogenous. But there's different Black people with different issues and different concerns. And I think we could be a voice for that. So anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the ones and twos. And yeah, y'all, I'm in deep, heavy thought. I mean, I do know today is the big swearing in, but the other challenge that we have is that we know that there are powers that be that would like to switch things around. I guess we got to ask what's the voice in our community, and is that, could I bring a needed voice to Springfield in relation to our issues? That's it. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the ones and twos. Hey, Riis, every day we ask the question, what's in it for the Black people? And if they don't like it, you know what we can still tell them? Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more being in black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested Black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us Black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested Black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us Black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago.